Hi, friends! Oh god, I look like a mess. Hi! How's it going? How are you doing? How's it? Hi. How are we doing? How are things? I have appeared! Hello! I'm looking a little rough today. But that's because... Oh, camera! Camera, you're doing it bad! It's, yeah, I think I mentioned it during the earlier stream, but it's like Sundays are usually like my PJ day, but I was very busy yesterday. Very busy, but having a lot of fun. But it's PJ day today, so this is what you get. It's fine. Also, what was this about calling my mods the Knights of the Order of Kayshurrr? It's ominous and I kind of like it. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How are things going? How do I sound, by the way? I've moved my microphone and changed some of my settings yet again, because this is what I do. Because I wanted to try and get rid of some of the background noise and some of the hollowness that was present previously. I know I can't get rid of all of it because I'm in a big open room. A little quieter. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on a second. Emmy thinks I sound okay. Rudy thinks I'm a little quiet. I'm sorry it's been such a rough day for you, buddy. I turned myself down a lot, just because I moved my microphone much closer to me, and so I didn't want to absolutely destroy everyone's ears with my screaming. Does this sound okay, though? Is this better? Do I need to be a little louder? Seriously though, I hope things look up for you soon, Matt. I'm sorry things are rough. It's been a hell of a fucking month. I feel like we've all been through it in various ways recently, and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that we have. But you know what? We're gonna deal with it. We're gonna get through it, and we're gonna make it good. Sorry, I have to clean my glasses real fast because they are filthy. But yeah, we're gonna do more Tiny Bunny today. I forgot that it is early access, technically. So we only have the first 2 chapters, and they are planning on releasing 5 in total. We still haven't technically gotten through the first chapter, so we are good for a little bit, but I'm sad because I do just want to binge play this game. It's very spooky, and I love it. And also simultaneously hate it because it's very spooky. But I guess without further ado, we'll just hop on into it and make it happen. Get this out of here. I guess I should probably, like, launch the game. I should make the game start. Excuse me, I'm so sniffly today. Game capture. Thank you. And I didn't do this yet, so... grip it and rip it. It's gonna be great. What happened last time? Right? Sound design is fucking fantastic. Because all bunnies are scary, actually. In case you didn't know, Matt, all rabbits are terrifying. Little known fact. I fucking hate rabbits. Hate them. I hate them. They're terrifying. I have to sneeze. But, please, let me just actually sneeze. Excuse me. There we go. Emmy, you're wrong. Thank you. Let me just... It does have a popped collar. Watch out! I don't like that there's that spooky thing on the right. Right though? Okay, so I definitely watched Watership Down during some extremely formative years of my life. Scared the piss out of me. I bet that that's kind of where a lot of my fear stems from with rabbits, but also rabbits are just scary. Rabbits are just scary. Fucking Watership Down, dude. One of my favorite books, I will say. I can't even call it a cartoon, but the animated adaptation, fucking terrifying. Horrific. The book is also horrific, but Jesus fuck. Yeah, no, this game is fucking phenomenal. The descriptions are great. Like, it's written super well, especially considering that it is originally... I think the devs are Russian, and I think their first language is Russian. And so... Sorry, I'm trying to reframe my camera a little bit. My all-time favorite book? Probably a toss-up between... I think I've got 3. I'm gonna say 3 for now, but yeah, it changes, it depends. Probably a toss-up between Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Watership Down, or Animal Farm. I love Animal Farm. I guess Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is up there too. So, my top 4. But yeah, spooky game, great sound design. Holy shit, the sound design in this game is awesome. If you can listen to this stream with headphones on, highly recommend. Dirk Gently's really great. I grew up reading Hitchhiker's Guide, and so I think that stuck with me more than Dirk Gently has. I also didn't read Dirk Gently until I was an adult. Still an absolute delight. Just Douglas Adams. Good content. Good books. That's fair. Yeah, no, Hitchhikers was like one of the first sci-fi books that I really read, that I really got into. Yeah, Matt, you gotta fix this. You gotta find out who Douglas Adams is. His stuff is very funny and very perfect and just great. Anywho, what happened in Tiny Bunny last time? We met our main character, Anton. Sweet little 11, 12-year-old boy, who's afraid that his parents are gonna get divorced. Valid fear, because his parents seem to hate each other. Jesus Christ. I'm Kayshurrr, I'm 19, and I never learned how to fucking read. We have a younger sister named Olya, who I don't remember how old she is, but she's terrified of this monster, this owl monster that shows up outside of her window, which, speaking of owls, hey Simon, how's it going? What else? Right. The night before we started the game, apparently we got, like, rushed? I don't know if that's the right word for it. But we got, like, some creature, like, ran at us, and that was terrifying. We saw animals dancing around in the snow, and then our sister couldn't sleep, and it was terrifying. And so we went and watched a movie with her. We're getting ready to go to school. The police just showed up at our house, though, and said that there is a little boy who went missing in the woods near our house. Kid was fine. Kid had a cat, though, and that cat was perfect. And that's kind of where we left off, was the police leaving and us being like, I don't know nothing about this kid. I just got here. I don't know nothing. Yeah, and I think that's the general recap. I wanted to do this more of a in-depth recap this time than previously because it has been almost a week. Excuse me. Yeah, we got the piss scared out of us. It was horrific. But I guess we're gonna start. Game sounds. Okay, do I need to turn them down? We good? I tried messing with it earlier, but it's hard to tell sometimes. Not Donnie Darko, the video game. Game is a bit louder than me. I can fix that. We'll turn everything down a smidge. I wanted to keep the actual sounds up a little bit, just because, again, good fucking sound design. Also, Bruce, welcome back. How you doing? You just missed my recap. Far more Russian than Donnie Darko so far. No time travel. So we'll see. Is that better? Is this better? Fantastic, fantastic. We love that. It is on a timer, but if people need it, there is the content warning. It is not a very thorough list of the potential things that we will see. I don't know what's in this game, so I can't give more of a warning than what was written down on the Steam page. So just heads up on that. Oh, really? Oh, really? I'm excited to check it out. We played, like, the first hour or so, last Wednesday, was it? Very interesting. I am super excited about it. Blue do be vibin'! Sup? I don't got a fart command! But what's up, friends? Welcome, welcome, welcome! Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. How's it going? How are you doing? Right, we wanted to go outside, but our mom was yelling at us, being like, don't go outside, it's dangerous. And we're like, Mom, we live in Russia, everything is dangerous. So can we go to the kitchen? Oh, sweet, good. Day's been very good. Been kind of just chilling out and relaxing, especially after Cyril's ridiculously long stream yesterday. Welcome, Ludu. Hello, Ludu. It's cute. Mom. Yeah, 15-hour stream. It was wild. It was a good time, but definitely taking it easy today. We just vibing. It's good. But yeah, we're playing spooky game. As always. I always play spooky games here. I know most of you know me, but Lou and Bruce are both fairly new. But hi, guys. Y'all know me. I'm Kayshurrr. But I do mystery and horror games on my channel, and it's great. But we also do try to make it not cozy per se, but as comfy as possible for everyone. I offer content warnings for everything. And we're always open to, like, pausing things and discussing shit and making sure that everyone's cool at any given point, because I like horror and I like the topics that it explores. I think it's something that a lot of things, it's a lot of what other genres can't necessarily approach or discuss, but a lot of that shit can be heavy sometimes. But we're here to make sure we're all comfy and cozy and as happy as possible. Right, though? We love Mom. Mom's pretty great. But yeah, the art in this is gorgeous. The sound design is fantastic. The descriptions are all really, really great. This is a visual novel of sorts, so it's very, very reading heavy. Mom, you can't see my cursor, and that annoys me. Oh goodness. Aren't those Those are very good emotes. I like them. But yeah, I'm just gonna hop on into it. We're gonna start doing stuff, and it's gonna be great. What's up, Mom? It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. Mom, something's wrong with the TV. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted. No, 100% it doesn't always handle them in a great way, but that's again why we want to keep the conversation open so we can discuss why it may or may not be problematic and how you can approach those things, still get the point across, but maybe not be as problematic. Hi, Fly, go away. But yeah. Is that better? You're killing me here. So have you had enough of shooting those stupid ducks now? Told you the kind scope will go dim because of your console. Where will we find a TV technician in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just the settings? Kids just playing Duck Hunt. It's fine. Please, go see for yourself. Hell yeah, the main character was playing Duck Hunt. We weren't actually playing Duck Hunt, but we're using Duck Hunt as an excuse. It's fine. Strange. It worked fine in the morning. Maybe the snowfall caused it? Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olya's room. Bye, Mom! There's no time for this. Mom will come back soon. Oh, okay, I guess I won't get to explore anything. Let's go. Bye! Bye, Mom, I love you! Right, bye forever! And this is how we die. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Carefully, so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half of the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. We had to lie to Mom about going outside because she did not want us to go outside. She said that we were gonna, like, die. Mom will never fall asleep. Mom is forever awake. Little known fact, Russian mothers never sleep. I remembered my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears. Distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head. Blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olya. The time reached its limit, a one-way trip that ended at the forest's piney stockade. Sometimes, silence was much scarier than any scream. I want to say there are wolves in Russia, but I don't know. I mean, the kids just going out to into a forest in Russia, I think we are in danger. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olya turned to stone, listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days after we departed, or before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing, or spent time together, almost like all of this was in a previous life. When they kissed with Olya present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead, cold eyes who sometimes visited us in our previous home? The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything. Travis. Oh my. And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. Here we are. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There was only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. It's Spider-Man, oh no. Also, Jody, thank you for the contribution to the reading stream. Fruity, thank you for the contribution to the reading stream as well. If people want to throw you points in there, As soon as we get to 200,000 fucking channel points, holy shit, we'll do a spooky reading stream. I mean, we pretty much do that always, but it'll just be me reading. I don't know if y'all are ready for that. The slow blinks. It means he's happy to see you. Right? He's a friendly cat. He's so happy. Hold on. Ugh. Alright. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and coniferous needles froze into the ice. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Emmy, thank you for the contribution as well. Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. Excuse me? I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. Looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Should I take it to the police? Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was also always anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Vova! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. Vova! As if the trees were calling out to someone. Welcome back. Vova! Resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there, behind the trees, hiding. Vova! I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still. A very cheerful sitcom. Something was unsettling about that figure. Where? Bitch, where? Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally toward the ground. Its blackness. We were the monster all along. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Excuse you. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painfully long time. What are those footprints? Were those footprints there before? My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. Do not think they were there. Fuck. I looked at the mitten once more. We're gonna save real quick. I mean, I want to take it, which is why I'm saving, but, like... I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Jesus shit. Where are they coming from? Vova. You've done it bad, Anton. They are the trees? I stepped toward the bristly trees and tried to call my find, or claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder. The branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound. Is there still a fucking hand in this mitten? All too heavy. Wet. I squeezed it without thinking, and something— oh my god, hold on. Music, calm down. Excuse me. Jesus fucking Christ. It's just a bunch of wet grapes, it's fine. Not Scooby snacks. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. Oh! Oh! I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. I didn't have time to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone. Forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength and spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became viscous like quicksand. It's true, the second I see a fucking rabbit, I'm out of there. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boot slipped out of the hole and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump and from there, ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. Tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with its paw, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave way. It was already at the house though! It found us last night! I want to say that those marks are from last night, because the like wolf beast or whatever was like clawing at the door, wasn't it? Sounds like something Donovan would do. Fuck you, Donovan! I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My finger slipped off the lock and couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me for with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. I stuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone there in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring, and with it the last bit of strength I had left in my body. Hey, Mom! My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all these quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you, too? I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. Sound design! 10 out of 10 in this fucking game. So good. So good. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Thanks for the bubble, Travis. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was someone chasing me. I thought. I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant, and she covered her mouth with her hand. Look over there, at the fence. My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again, and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door, just like my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger, and I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window, facing my fear. Is she doing this just to, like, fuck with us? She's gonna be like, oh, there's something outside, and we're gonna get up to the window, and she's gonna, like, I don't know, throttle us, or yeet us through the window, or some shit. I don't know. Never mind, it's a pack of dogs! I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Right, it's like if Mom did that, I would not trust her, but then like, no, it's a fucking pack of dogs. We were gonna fucking die. Dogs. Just a small pack of strays with no name or an owner, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest. Oh boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. Mom! They were chasing me like a bunny. And what if they're rabid? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them. Excuse you? What if they attack Olya? Mom! Wish your dad could just shoot them all. Mom, look! They're alive! Hmm? What? Are they your friend or foe after all? Make up your minds. You're not a little kid anymore. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? The real bunny was us, all along. Mitten. Of course! A darkened, sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seems like I was clutching it the whole time. Thank God we didn't let it go. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom.
Mom, смотри, это
oh, buddy! Mom, look! This is Vova's mitten. That boy the police were asking about in the morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I can show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officer has told us to. Mom, look! Ew. A shadow of doubt slowly crept into Mom's contorted face. As if she were trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the images slip away. Right? So goopy! Don't let it just drip all over the house, kid! Jesus! Stop at this moment. Olya will go insane if she hears you. She already has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this? Oh! At that moment, I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. Come here, my boy. My boy who cried wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. A golden-colored pill, reminiscent of a dead wasp, fell into my palm. Mom, what? I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home, and you... Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Come on, take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night. You have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication. Drinking it down was similarly, oh my god, why is that word so hard for me? Similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Maybe it wasn't Vova's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters and Olia's owl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it.
Антон,
Anton, you done?
Можешь, если
See,
захочешь.
you can do it when you try.
Раздевайся.
Take off your
Уснул,
coat.
что ли?
Are you asleep?
Нет, мам.
No, Mom.
Просто
I
задумалась.
was just thinking.
Интересно, о чем же?
What about, I
Так.
wonder? It's
Глупости
just something
всякие.
silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes. As if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest.
Точно все нормально?
Is everything
У
alright?
тебя такое лицо
You had the
было,
exact
когда
same expression when the
милиционер
policeman
крапнул
asked you about the
Всё
window.
нормально, мам.
I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh.
Хорошо.
Fine. Seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different. Dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the mirror, like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Jafar's and Iago's voices died down. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Okay, hold on. Something that I really like is the fact that they I mean, we all remember those times when we were kids, right? Where we thought we saw something or we thought we experienced something and it was just our imagination ramping it up, right? No, that was me clicking over the drawer. It's fine. You can't see my cursor, and when I try and capture my cursor, it also just definitely doesn't. So it's I love how they capture that, because it's I can distinctly remember a couple of times that I had, not necessarily something like this. This is way scarier than anything I ever experienced. But I definitely have times where I remember being oh, a monster's coming after me, but it was just the neighborhood dog or whatever. They do such a good job with that, but now I'm sitting here being okay, so is this entire thing just gonna be us having just our wild crazy kid brain making up things that aren't actually happening but are we're perceiving just the general dangers of the world around us as being supernatural, or is everyone just gonna constantly doubt us but it is actually a supernatural thing going on? I need to know immediately. I remember being lost as a kid when my family was in Japan and I thought there was a giant bird that was chasing me and was about to eat me. Jesus. Real monsters are the people chasing us up the stairs. It's not me for sure. Turns out it was a kite. That exactly though. We just get it in our heads that there's something going on and there's not. And especially as children. I mean, I still have instances like that as an adult a lot of the time, generally. But I can usually rationalize and work through it. But as a kid, you don't necessarily have those skills, right? Things are weird when you're the ages between 5 and 12, I'll say, because even I was an absolute scaredy cat at age 12. Everything scared me. Right, definitely weirder then, because again, you can't necessarily rationalize things because your brain is just firing constantly. You don't have as much world experience to be no, this is dangerous for a different reason or whatever. Anyway, one of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten there. Sploosh. Right, and I said, it's definitely, it's not to say that, these, you don't stop, imagining things, or, making them scarier than they actually are, but, as adults, you can still sort of sit there and, like, you might not necessarily get over that fear, but you can still, like, talk yourself through it and be like, no, I'm just seeing things and it's not actually there, but it's still just terrifying. But as a child, you can't do that. You can't do that. The simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. Okay. I sat on the bed. I want to look out the window. Oh! I mean, absolutely. The shadows are what makes the dark so scary. And only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. If it was Olya, it's definitely gonna be Olya, but it's just gonna be terrible. Oh. The corners of the room bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. Punch it or die. Flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. Oh, I hate this. Don't get close. It reminded me of burial sheets. Olya? Who else would be standing there? It's not gonna be her. It's definitely not gonna be her, and I'm gonna hate this. Oh, fuck. I stood up and licked my dry lips.
Оля, очень смешно.
Yeah, Olya, it's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains. Surprise, it's actually Simon! I remember, Emmy. Oh, I remember. It was just last Friday. As if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains, but beat my heart, controlled by medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They're looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled open the curtains. Gotcha! You bitch!
Да я сразу понял, что это ты.
Bitch. I knew it was you from the beginning. A blindingly bright halo lit up above Olya's head with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. It's not the worst jump scare. That fucking wolf or whatever it was running at us from the door, much worse. My sister was shining. Yeah, no, we hoped it was her. Well, no, to be fair, figured it was her at first, and then I was like, wait, no, it's not gonna be her, because they want us to think it's her, because they did this once before. We didn't know for certain. You were true. It's true. You're right. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlight. But I brought her to the window one day and sunlight poured on her smiling face. Yeah, I saved before grabbing the mitten. Maybe we'll find out. I felt like I was holding a light woven child. Depending, because I know that this has like multiple endings. If we want, I don't think this is terribly long. Like I said, it's just the 2 episodes at the moment. We could always play through a second time, see, and like choose the other options. Otherwise, yeah, thank you, Travis. You can always buy the game yourself and check it out that way. It's a good game. Support it. I felt like I was holding a light woven child. I saw everything.
Да ну.
Oh, really?
Что ты спрятал?
What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice. I just pretend I don't have siblings. You could just be like me.
Ничего, просто...
It's nothing, just... Olya ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, "Buying it for Christmas, let's go! Do it!"
Ты что-то украл и теперь
You
прячешь?
stole something and hid it in there?
Ты вор?
Are you a thief?
Что?
What?
Глупая.
Don't be stupid.
Ничего я не
I
крал.
didn't steal anything. A clear image came to mind. That mitten hanging from a tree branch. Jesus, fuck. What if I did steal it after all? From the forest. From the tilted figure standing behind black trees. Olya could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted.
Покажи тогда.
Then show me.
Поклянись, что никому не скажешь.
Swear that you won't tell
Тогда
anyone
покажу.
then. Then I'll show you. It mostly just happens when your sibling's like, you know, a piece of shit. You know, a thief and a liar and a garbage human being. Anyway. Holy war applauding smile. Oh yeah, or in Emmy's case, they go on a reality TV show. Yeah, but has he actually? I could go on a whole fucking rant and we don't want to. I hate my siblings. Literally all of them are garbage. Like, genuinely shitty human beings. I swear on Mom's heart! An oath she heard in one of the movies about the pioneers we've watched.
Не говори так.
Don't say things like that. Olya nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olya leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. I mean, sometimes barely knowing your siblings or, you know, family in general, not always a bad thing. Just saying. Is this someone's mitten? Sister's basically a house cat. Oh god. She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw.
Один мальчик потерял.
A certain boy lost it and got lost himself.
Теперь понимаешь, как опасно гулять в лесу.
Now you do
особенно
understand how
детям.
dangerous it is for kids to wander into the forest, right?
Ему, наверное,
He must
там
be
очень
really cold out
холодно.
there.
Его найдут?
Will they find him?
Обязательно.
They will.
Участковый по домам ходит.
What drugs
всем
is this
фотографии
kid on?
показывает.
Mom won't tell us. It was an orange pill, though. Well, we're your family now, Fruity. You're stuck with us. The police are going house to house, showing his photo to everybody. Olya traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window.
А почему
Right.
он по домам
Surprise!
ходит, а не
This is our
ходит?
family now. Hugs back right back at you. Words are hard. Don't mind me while I just stutter. And why are they going to the houses and not the forest?
Боится?
Are they scared? The question caught me off guard.
Милиционеры ничего не
The
боятся.
police aren't scared of anything.
И лес они прочесали.
They've already scouted the forest. Yeah, right. Flashed in my clouded mind. They really check every nook and cranny where darkness, cold, and whispers of icy branches dwell. If that's the case, how did they miss the mitten? Or did it appear later? For me? I changed the topic. As if trying to get Olya as far away as possible from the forest thicket.
Если я сам найду пропавшего
We
мальчика,
may get a
нам, может,
reward if I go and
награду
find
дадут.
this boy by myself. Police are afraid of Antifa, right? Allie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Unless the mitten scared the police. We maybe get a reward if I go and find this boy by
Кучу
myself.
всякого, как
A
в
lot
поле
of stuff,
чудес.
like in the wheel, a lot of stuff, like in the Wheel of Fortune.
Клёво же.
Sounds cool, right? Olya wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her.
А что, если эта сова его
What if the
утащила?
owl got him? Terror high!
Ерунда.
Everyone's already experienced this game. I haven't. I'm loving it so far, though. It's so good. The Wheel of Fortune. That's a good question. Do you prefer Terror or Moss? Or is there another name that you would prefer to go by? I'm glad you haven't experienced it. We're in this together. I know, like, there's some people here who haven't, but it seems like a lot of people have seen it already.
Ну, может,
Nonsense!
сова
An
поднимет
owl will
человека.
be able to lift a
Ну
human.
вот что.
It's pronounced GIF. But you know what? I was picking my words with utmost care. I forced them out of my overexerted brain.
Ты в лес не суйся.
Stay away from the forest. I think it's...
сказать?
How should I put
Проклятый,
it?
что ли?
It's cursed or something.
Как в сказке?
Just like in a fairy tale. And me! Yo, wait, MC got a Triceratops toy. Yeah, they do. They've also got a mech right next to it. And I'm here for this. Terror's good. Moss is new. Terrier Terros is the most used. Okay, good to know. You were looking at Tit, huh? I mean, you're at work. Yeah, like the birds. It's fine. Just like a fairy tale?
Нет, скорее как
No,
на той страшной
more like
кассете,
in
что
that spooky
родители
tape our
прячут.
parents hid from us. Oya shivered and stole a glance at the window.
Я видела, как ты
I
убегал.
saw you running away.
За тобой кто-то гнался?
Someone was chasing you?
Нет, просто
No, it's
чтобы
just...
мама не волновалась.
I was hurrying
шел
back home
домой.
so Mom wouldn't be worried. Good job, Abby. Good job. As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile. It was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind and her small fire would be gone.
Хорошо тебе.
You're lucky.
Меня вот мама не
Mom
пускает
won't even
даже
let
на
me go
крыльцо,
outside.
как принцесса в башне сижу.
Go get your Red Bull.
Никуда не могу выйти.
I'm like a princess in the tower. I can't go
Так
anywhere.
и умру тут от скуки.
I'll die from boredom
Не
here.
придумывай.
You're wrong.
От скуки еще никто
No one
не
has
умирал.
ever died of boredom. One who hadn't seen a tit in a very long time. Yeah, don't put Monster in the Red Bull this time. Oh, hey, grab one for Jody too.
У тебя же есть я и мультики, а мама
And
с
you have
папой
me and your
скоро помирятся.
cartoons, and Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon.
Знаешь, что бы я загадала на следующий
You know
день
what I wish
рождения?
for on my next birthday?
Чтобы родители
I'd
тоже
wish for
в
Mom and
детей
Dad to turn into
превратились.
children, so we could
И
go
мы
play
бы
and
все вместе играли,
could go
как
and play
раньше.
together like we used to.
Ага. А если бы они стали
Yeah, and if
размером
you'd make them as
жука,
small as
то мы бы
bugs,
их
we
в
could place them
спичечный
into a
коробок
little
посадили.
box. Olya giggled and tugged at my sleeve. You got very close to me very suddenly, Olya. I'm not super happy with that.
Тоша, пойдем Аладдина
Tosha,
смотреть.
let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue went over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy.
Вымотался я.
I'm
Что-то
too
не
tired.
хочется.
I don't want to.
Ну пойдем.
Come on!
Мне скучно
It's so
одной,
boring
а мама
alone, and Mom is
занята
always
всё время.
busy. Yes and no. It's still only the first 2 chapters. Don't ground into your parents. Oh no. So it is technically the full release. I will get the next chapters like as a free update. But they only have the first 2 chapters done. They're planning on making 5 in total from what I could see on the Steam page. But yeah, we're still on the first chapter technically, so. I just love Olya's design, honestly. She's just precious, and I need to protect her and her brother
Можно
at all,
выбрать другой
all
мультик,
costs.
который ты еще не видел.
We can pick a cartoon you haven't seen
Да
before.
я все наши кассеты
I know all of our
наизусть
tapes by
знаю.
heart at this point.
А вот и не все.
Not all of them.
Ты
You haven't
Питера
watched Peter
Пэна не
Pan.
видел. Помнишь,
She's
зашел
actually a
на
snow
середину?
monster. Oh no. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it?
Там, потом,
So much
такое.
happens after that.
Ну,
Let's go. Let's go.
Пойдем. Давай попозже.
Maybe a bit later.
Рассказать тебе, чем все
Did I tell you how it
закончилось?
ends?
Утром расскажешь.
Let's leave that for tomorrow, right? She is precious. I need these children to be safe.
Утром не захочу.
I won't tell you tomorrow.
Придумала.
I know.
давай
Let's play
сейчас.
hide and seek. Olya. Olya? I need to go to bed.
Нет, Оль.
No, Olya.
Тогда
Then
нарисуй
draw me a
динозавра.
dino. Emmy, no. Olya, please.
Нарисуй, нарисуй.
Draw it. Draw it.
Да оставь ты меня в
Leave me
покое.
alone already! I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken aback. I never screamed at my little sister like that. Olya stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears. Fuck. To be fair to both of these people, We did just have a very scary experience outside, and Mom drugged us. Mom did drug us. Olya's not taking no for an answer, and Olya needs to take no for an answer. But I also understand being trapped in the house and not having anything to do, and wanting somebody to hang out with her. I think they both just need a little time away from each other, and then they'll be fine. Right? They're both kids! My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olya from crying. Alright, you win. Let's go watch cartoons for a bit. I don't wanna. I came up to her, put my hand on her soft head. He was saying, I mean, yeah, he doesn't need to yell, but he also was saying, no, I don't want to do this. And she needs to respect that as well. Teach your kids consent, basically. But also express that you are tired and don't want to do things. They both could have handled it better. Anton's like 11, though. Also very much a slave to emotions. He needs a Snickers, she needs a friend. These kids are just in a bad situation. Their parents need to do better. I came up to her, put my hand on her soft head. Let's go. Watch Peter Pan. Ooh, you'll fall asleep again! I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless. I promise I won't. And I'll draw you a full Triceratops later. Hooray! The way she said that, though? Well, close enough. Olya rubbed her eyes with the sleeve of her pajamas, and a shining smile returned to her face. I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread, and we can rewind the tape. Right. The bread is fresh, just how you like it. Alright, just be careful not to spill the milk, or you'll be yelled at again. Wanna bet I won't spill it? The tape is somewhere in the nightstand. Look for it. Olya disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room. I would also like a Snickers. What? That bear makes a terrible noise. Again, I wish I could, like, get a cursor capture functioning for this game, but that was horrifying. So when I hover over the bear on the right-hand side, this is the bad noise it makes. I don't like it. It's a very bad noise. The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. So I have previously tried to activate cursor capture and it still just does not grab it at all. It just will not work. All that was left was clicking the button in the front panel. Maybe. The tube warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. This is loud and I don't like it. It was a dark taiga forest, just like the one outside my window. Picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. This Emmy, no! Emmy, no! Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. This is some Local 58 bullshit! Did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently I used to always watch Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna? What if I catch this channel again? On the other hand, Olya had asked me to find the tape. Wouldn't be nice to disappoint her. But in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. Don't look at the moon. Ugh! Ugh! Excuse me while I just scream. I hope they get Possum Lady. Do we set or do we search? Set or search? We're gonna set. I don't care. Olya can be disappointed with me. What do you mean? It is like Peter Pan and cursed videos that murders you, prevent you from growing up. Oh no! It's not wrong though. Picture finally cleared up. But the moment I rejoiced at finding that weird signal again, the TV started coughing, a voice barely coming through the cacophony. He was often seen at the moment when small snowy hills were lined up on the screen, pierced with rickety crosses, and a male voice was narrating with a slow, mournful voice. Nah, you're not wrong. It was a pitch black night at the cemetery. Aw, she precious. In that fateful dark time, little Senya met her fate at the face of a monstrous thicket dweller. The locals call him none other than the Forest Master. I froze and did my best not to move, as if by doing that I could scare away the narrator. I listened closely to his every word. The beast dealt with a helpless girl in a masterful manner. The camera panned across the snow with something black spilled over it, looking for ragged pieces of cloth that were thrown all over the place. I didn't want to think Senya's remains were I didn't want to think whether Senya's remains were wrapped in there, so I shut my eyes without thinking. You've returned with the Red Bull and are just in time to watch a little kid get murdered.
A body has been discovered!
Thanks, Emmy. The voice continued. Wolves are rare guests in these parts. Here's what Tamara, the old woman that lives in a nearby crypt, had to say. A close-up shot of the face of an old homeless woman, weary from life and alcohol abuse, rattled on the screen. Yes, such a fearsome beastie it is. Worse than the rising dead. The old woman splattered saliva all over the rectangular mic. Fuck no! Fuck no! And the stink. It's like, did you fucking see that? I don't know if you guys I don't know if chat's covering it up on screen. I did not like that. If it flashes again, it's gonna be like kind of top right. The rest of her comparison was swallowed up by the sound of a horn. Don't check the clip, Emmy. Don't. Because you might miss it again. I've never felt anything like that. It was just standing there, yes. Right where you stand, boyo, and pierced me with its eyes, right in the middle of the day. Terry, no. It was so huge, that one, with glassy eyes. Obscenities were covered by another beat. You know, they say if this demon lays its eyes on you, it'll snatch you, put you into his bag, and you're done. But he won't touch me. Likes me, it seems. So they even call me the devil's wench. And it's definitely true. The carnivorous monster will not touch those who fell to the level of forest beasts, going for the innocent child's blood instead. The Forest Master's presence is felt more and more on the outskirts of our country.
A child.
God damn it. Torn between believing in what was said and shrugging it away, I decided to record the remaining part of the documentary for some reason. I quickly grabbed the tape that was on the top of the TV and put it into the VCR without even looking at the cover. It's my fucking worst nightmare. It was 100% the goddamn rabbit, and I'm not looking forward to it. I pressed record, turned the sound up, and paid attention to the slipping signal. Hey, which video are we recording over? Because if it's Peter Pan, Olya's gonna be a little more than disappointed. Yeah, I don't like the Easter Bunny. It's not great. I don't like it. Just rabbits in general. No thank you. It's not called the Forest's Master for nothing. All of the animals obey it, be they hairy or feathery. They're all precursors for its appearance. I don't like Playboy for other reasons. If you hear howls in the distance, then it most likely already knows where you live. If you find animal prints all over your doorstep and birds watching you from the trees, you'd better hide. It's already coming for you. And if you wake up at night and see a pair of eyes in your window, then soon. Then soon. Then soon. Then soon. Is it just looping now? Please, dear God.
Скоро.
Then soon.
Скоро.
Then soon. Fuck off! The TV suddenly went mad and looped the last word over and over, piercing my ears. Fuck off! I got goosebumps all over my spine. The tape ended and was rewinding at the beginning. The sound of rustling tape reminded me of leaves in the wind and the low howl of the beast. Thanks, Travis, for the hydrate and the stretch. Thanks, Jody, for the bubble. No, it might be a goat, but there was definitely also a rabbit in there, and I did not like it. Did not like it. Was not a fan. Oh, excuse me. Gotta get that stretch going. There was definitely a bunny. That big flashing, definitely a rabbit. You know what? If the forest's master is a goat, that's fine. I can roll with a demonic goat. Not a big deal. This fucking bunny, though? Not great. Okay. Ouch. The rabbit was in there! There was that, like, big flash. I mean, it was all super flashy, I know, but there was that bit. The greatest trick a rabbit ever pulled was convincing the world he was a goat. Fucking hell. I haven't eaten rabbit out of spite, but I have had rabbit, and it was pretty delicious. I was gonna say, there were definitely sections in there that kind of reminded me of Krampus, which I'm cool with that. I'm fine with Krampus. I'm cool with demonic goats. That's all fine and dandy. Just don't want to do this rabbit bullshit. Travis, don't ruin goats for me. Woke up from my stupor and pressed the button. VCR ejected the tape. For a moment, I thought it was stained with saliva, but that was just the light from the chandelier making the black plastic glossy. You make Stingray out of spite. What? Is it good? Are you allowed to? I've had shark before. Shark's pretty tasty. Stingray sweet. Okay. And then I saw the cover. Not literally sweet, just pretty good. Okay, okay. I understand. Oops, I recorded it over Peter Pan! Fucking hell. Yeah, shark tastes like chicken with, like, the texture of a steak, and it's really good. I liked it. That's what I get for hurrying. It was bad enough that I ruined Olia's cartoon, but I also put this creepy stuff over it. I don't usually, I just had an opportunity to eat shark. I mean, I ate it at the same time. It was good. Fruity, fix your tab situation. You got too many tabs. Can't let her see this. We'll drown in tears. I stuck a glance at the door. I could hear the clatter of glass and the squeaky floorboards. Olia appeared in the doorway.
Ты не смотришь без меня?
You haven't started without me, have you? Uh-oh! My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk.
Нет.
No.
Я пока кассету
I
ищу.
was looking for the
А ты
tape.
точно хочешь Питера
Do you
Пэна
really want to
смотреть?
watch Peter Pan?
Хочу,
I do!
Включай скорее. А то
Turn it on
мама
already.
будет
Mom will come
смотреть
watch her
сериал
Brazilian drama
смотреть.
soon. Come on, think, fake detective.
Честно, мне как-то Питер Пэн
You
совсем
know,
не
I
понравился.
didn't like Peter Pan.
Может, лучше Русалочку?
Maybe we should watch Little Mermaid instead.
Русалочку я уже
I've already seen it so many times.
А ты обещал.
And you promised me. She's so stubborn.
Придумал. Давай сначала
I know.
пару серий
Let's watch a couple of
Черепашек-ниндзя.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Согласна?
Turtle episodes instead. Olia frowned, but ultimately gave up. Music makes you sad for some reason because we ruined our sister's tape. Fuck. She put down the tray and crossed her hands on her chest.
Если так сильно
If you want it
просишь,
so much,
откроешь
can you
сгущенку.
open the milk can? I'm afraid I'll cut myself with the sharp edges. As soon as I stood up, colorful dots popped before my eyes, and my sore legs were pierced by thousands of needles. Only when I reached the sofa, I realized the can was already open. Olya had tricked me. Played me for a fool. Fuck! My stomach became heavy! I wanted to rush toward the TV, but my little sister was faster. She picked up the remote and proclaimed in a victorious tone.
Пойдёмся.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha!
Владычица
As the
пусть
remote's master, I command you to watch Peter Pan!
Пэна.
Oh yeah, we can't. Oh yeah, we can't. We're not allowed. Unless I didn't actually record over it, or that broadcast wasn't real. Fucking hell! I couldn't even open my mouth and the VCR had already eaten the accursed tape. She'll play it, and then black crosses on unnamed graves, empty crypts, bloody scraps of the snow, and the insane devil's wench. Like, it's just gonna be Peter Pan! Or we recorded just static over the very end of it, and, like, the broadcast didn't actually happen. It's one of those two. I'd better tell the truth.
Оля, стой!
Will you stop?
Ведь конец кассеты
I erased
ничего
the end
не
of your tape
стоит.
by accident.
Отдай ее мне и
I'll
возьми
trade
любые
it with you
две
for
мои.
2 of mine.
Ты чего?
What do you mean?
Не мог ты стереть.
You couldn't
Мы
erase
с папой
it.
всем
Me and Dad had broken off all those
кассетам
plastic pins with a
А
screwdriver.
теперь ни на один
You can't record
мой
anything over my
ничего
cartoons
записать
now.
нельзя.
My little sister pressed the triangular play button on the remote. I squeezed on the inside, awaiting the out-of-this-world voice of the narrator. Fruity! But I saw the duel between Peter Pan and Captain Hook instead. I sighed in relief. My head heavy as a leaden ball now rested in my hands. Olya smiled in joy. Right, those are some good Peter Pan images back there. She put the tape on rewind and started spreading milk over her bread. And when the cartoon started, she forgot about everything in the world. Jesus Christ, that could have been bad. As if she really got transported to the Neverland, like she always wished. It's condensed milk, so it's like sweet. It's like sweetened milk. It's not just like running milk. It's like a thick condensed milk. It's had like a lot of the water like evaporated out of it. It's not evaporated milk, but it's sweetened condensed milk, y'all. You boil it down with like sugar, and so it becomes like, yeah, it's thick. Oh my god. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's just thick sweetened milk. I use it in baking. Recommended to make it yourself. Condensed milk. Yeah. Some jam and cocoa shit. Only it's I mean, like, yeah. No, the store ones are general. I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily say more sugar than milk, but they're just insanely sweet. Which works for, like, some recipes and stuff, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. But now Peter Pan's land was especially far away for me. My thoughts dragged on, stumbled upon the horned beast that awaited me among the trees, and the narrator's mournful voice haunted me, sliding over bushes and ravines. No, it wouldn't necessarily. I mean, it would after, like, a long period of time, but it's not necessarily, like, you're not just dipping bread into the wet milk. Hiccups. Like a winged carnivore would track its prey. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality.
Тоша, скорей, что
Tosha, shut the curtains fast!
Зачем?
Why?
Никто же на тебя не смотрит.
No one's watching you.
Уже темно.
It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes.
Я боюсь.
I'm scared. I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. They are closed. They are closed. I did my best not to look outside, toward the treetops, toward the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Surprise, it is just Saimu. Saimu's trying to, like, come and tell Olya about all sorts of, like, owl facts, but Olya's just terrified at the fact that there's a giant owl showing up at her window. You know. Excuse you. I did my best not to look outside, toward the treetops. Oh wait, I already read that. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow.
Тоша, мама думает, что я
Because Simon also wants to play chess. Hey, Olya, I'll teach you how to play chess! Olya is scared of the owl who talks and is good at video games. Very good. Tosha, Mom thinks I made the owl up.
И папа считает, что
And
раз
Dad
я
too.
маленькая, это
He's
значит
been a liar
просто.
since I'm so small.
А сова есть.
But the owl exists.
Вот честно,
Honestly,
есть
honestly, it
она. Ты же
does.
мне веришь?
You do believe me, right?
Что она там.
That it comes every
Каждую
night
ночь прилетает.
and... I swiftly grabbed Olya's hand and looked her in the eyes. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities, right? It's okay, Olya. We have met him. We've hung out a little bit. We believe you.
Я тебе верю, слышишь?
Oh, really? Oh, really? Yes, I believe you, alright?
Ты только родителям больше не
Just
рассказывай
don't nag
про
our parents
Саву.
about it anymore. It did get dark out.
У них и так хлопот по
They're already
горло,
dealing
они
with a
только
lot, so
рассердятся.
they'll just get mad at you.
Ты мне говори, если что
Come and tell me
случится.
if anything
И в
happens.
окно не смотри.
And don't look out the window.
Ну, она хочет, чтобы
It
я
wants,
смотрела.
it wants me to look.
Перехочет.
Doesn't matter.
Притворись, что ее нет и
Act
не
like it
было
doesn't
никогда,
exist
что
and
она
never
выдумка,
existed.
как
Like it's
родители
made
говорят.
up. Just like Mom and Dad
Ей
said.
ждать надоест, она
It'll get
улетит.
tired of waiting and fly away. Olya is unconvinced. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened, as if the forest didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. You're tearing me apart, Mama! Dog plush can deal with that. Just yeet it out the window if it starts moving. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailboat. Oh lord. Please don't fly away with Olya. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Olya's eyelids had dropped. She started snorting lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. The chorus was singing the ending song. The world of Disney was lit up by a silvery moon. There was. Matt, no. Another moon peeked it from under the first. I don't like it! It's on the TV! Scary and Wayne hanging over the taiga forest. The horrific report got recorded right over the credits. My throat went dry. My pulse became faster. I looked toward Olya. She smacked her lips in her sleep. I squeezed the remote with all my might, ready to press stop any moment. I rewound the recording, checked if it was intact, and then carefully took out the tape. The protective pin was still in place. I stood up and left Olya's room. Whether it was by providence or by curse, I hid the tape alongside the mitten at the exact moment Mom peeked into my room. Don't say that. Don't say that. It would be a really cool shot, but I don't want to think about it. Thanks, I hate it.
Довольно баловства.
Enough playing around.
Завтра первый
It's
день
your
в
first day
школе.
of school tomorrow.
Ложись, тебе надо
Go to
выспаться.
bed. You should sleep properly.
Не хочешь же ты,
You
чтобы
don't want
тебя
to be
все дразнили
teased for being
совесть?
sleepy, right? Mom, you're not helping. Adults think everything is so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. Covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. Fruity, is it bedtime? My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up, and I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. It has come, after all. The day I feared the most. The first day of a new school term. Right, Mom is such a babe. Look, if you and your husband aren't getting along, if things are going all wacky there, Girl, I got you. Oh. Right? Surprise! You know you're an adult when you realize that nothing makes sense, nothing fucking matters, and no matter what you do, you will never understand everything. Eee. Episode 2! Time to play with you. Oh no. New school, new teachers, and most importantly, new classmates who I always have trouble connecting with. Like most other kids with glasses, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. Dad would usually drive me to my old school, but this morning the bedroom of my parents was silent. Did they sleep in? Maybe it was a good thing. I don't want to get the daddy's boy reputation from day one. Emmy, they're not gonna brush their teeth. I'm sorry. My parents were probably still tucked in, dreaming about the good old days when everything was so simple and easy. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. Yeah, episode 2 already. I mean, technically the first episode was about, we'll say 2 hours? Maybe an hour and a half or so? Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. Okay, the question is, do we just want to blast through all of episode 2 tonight? Do we just want to do this? I'm not planning on streaming on Wednesday because it's the, day off Twitch thing. And so, like, do we just want to, like, do this now as opposed to waiting a week? Don't brush their teeth, someone will come in their room and take their teeth. At least that's what my mom always told you. Dentist is just gonna bust into your room and steal all of your teeth. Don't worry about it. Small people in my places. Maybe glasses is embarrassing. Glasses are important! Guess what? Guess what? I can't see shit without my glasses. On how long does it take to play? Average time per chapter is 30 minutes. Yeah, well, they're also not talking to chat and getting distracted and freaking out. If not, we can always start Vampire tonight because I do have that downloaded and ready to go, and that was going to be our next game. Also, you're not gonna remove glasses. I didn't like it. It kept giving me migraines. Also, I didn't have anything planned for Discord party on Wednesday, but like I'm free to hang out and do shit if people want to do shit on Wednesday. Get glasses. They're cool. Glasses are cool. Okay. Anywho. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out to the first floor so I wouldn't wake up anybody, especially the peacefully sleeping Olya. Oh wow, our house is terrifying. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. I used to play like this even in our old apartment. If my soles touched the space between floorboards, it counted as stepping into lava. That's fair, we can do a thing. I know you talked about, I mean, we're doing board games that day, but, like, I'm down to do other shit, too. Like, let's go. Why did... It's, they chose not to do easy to fix glasses, because if you could easily fix them, then you would just keep the same pair for forever. So you are forced to purchase new glasses pretty regularly. It's a move, so you have to spend more money. See Olya standing in the kitchen, staring at you, bag of cheese in hand, just shoveling it into her mouth. But then because you gotta spend more money. Nope, gotta spend more money. Oh my goodness. You guys. I need to get new glasses. I don't think my prescription's changed, but I like how these ones look, but they don't fit my face the way that I liked my old ones fitting. I don't know. Matt, no. The clock was spurring me on with its hands. I need to hurry. Faster. Faster. It was too fast, so I needed to circle the hallway once again. Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks between floorboards. I needed to watch my step, to survive at any cost. hippity hop like a frog jumping on molehills, like a fearful bunny in a grove full of wolves. Stop. Take your glasses to a face mask. Hey, whatever works. I don't like those eating sounds. I made a sandwich in the kitchen, shoved it down my throat, and drank it down with cold ice. Something's gonna be in that fucking window, and I'm not looking forward to it. My appetite was as good as of someone being led by the scaffold, up the scaffold towards a guillotine. What? My appetite was as good as of someone being led up the scaffold toward a guillotine. I don't understand what that means, but okay. I lowered my gaze and saw that one of my feet was standing on 2 floorboards at the same time. Don't get got, Matt! Thanks for the lurk. Burnt to a crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Right, I'm concerned about this child. Disgusting little snakes writhed in my belly, the fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. Maybe the guillotine is a really popular Russian restaurant. No, I think you mean the goulash gulag. That's the popular restaurant. It didn't pop up with a glossary entry, so probably not. Floorboards? Assumably? That's what the squeaks are? The clock ticked. I need to go. It was dark outside, fitting for an early winter morning. This darkness never fully left the houses around here. I took my time tying my shoes, buttoning up the puffy down jacket, trying to delay my unpleasant exit into the semi-dark, into the unnerving unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck, though I couldn't remember a single time these thick pieces of glass brought me any good fortune. Fuck. The sky was akin to a giant bruise. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swelling up. It licked up stars from the sky and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was plastered all over the treetops. The cautious cries of birds got tangled up in the thicket. I locked the front door with a long key that I wore around my neck. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, being a total klutz that I am, could lose the key otherwise. Welcome back. Sounded like something was fucking running up on me, and I didn't like it. Any monsters in the basement? The wind whizzed on the other side of the gate and invited me into my new life, toward dubious adventures, and tagged alone like an old buddy pushing me in the back. Something's telling me that this one hasn't been proofread as heavily as the first chapter. Okay. Children these days, my day I had to go to school when there's a tornado. Hi, welcome to the Midwest. Wide shadows that pines threw out covered a third of the clearing. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in the coat's collar. I see footprints out there. I was squeezing through the thin firebreak, my hair ruffled up and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and the canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight. Must have been the rats? Alright. The night had no plans of moving away from the forest. In this darkness, trees reminded me of shaggy old women that smelled of burial earth. Their trunks turned into cracked, wrinkled faces with holes in the middle as their mouths. If I lost focus even for a moment, mold-covered witches would drag me into the forest depths. I love rats. They're great. Then my parents would be walking around these parts, screaming my name. Matt! Matt, your souvenir's haunted! Matt, you gotta get rid of your souvenir. It's haunted. It's haunted. Souvenir's haunted. Return the slab or face my curse. But the dead can't answer the living. Mary's haunted. Sorry, bud. I don't make the rules. Or can they? A sense of panic was growing in my chest. I was fine with Dad carrying me into the school in his hands by now if it saved me from watching the darkness rise up in the ravines like black dough. It felt like someone jumped into the jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. My cursor was blending in with the background for a second, and then it showed up, and it scared me. As soon as I started walking faster, I heard the snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with its giant lungs. Windfall cracked. You can send a picture in the Discord. I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing that I've just told you. Mary's haunted. She's with a cursed Jesus. They glow in the dark. I love it. I love that they glow. The forest took it. Yeah, wait, I read that. The wind and the birds were left behind in the field. Now I could only hear the forest creak. I walked, listening closely, and the unseen presence grew stronger. I gotta sit up, hold on. As if someone was following me, trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast it made my neck crunch. Oh no. That's a good question. Probably memes? Or memes or art? General also works. A tiny trail behind me disappeared into the darkness. Tree branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel.
Есть здесь кто?
Who's there? Please don't at everyone. Please don't. The question escaped my lips and dissolved into the unending creaking sound of the wooden idols, the pines around me. Why did I think going through the forest alone was a good idea? That's a good question, kid! I'm either going mad, or someone had intentionally lured me away from home. Distant lights granted me a smidgen of hope. A country road. I ran there as fast as I could, as if afraid that the trail will shrink. Clawed hands will grip me by the shoulders, turn me around, and make me look at the faces of hungry forest denizens. In the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew to the decrepit wooden bridge, disbelieving my luck. Also, yeah, if anybody here is not part of the Discord and would like to be, there's that dang link that you can join. Bridges supports bathed in a spring, tarry, and ice cold. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest. Then snorted, trying to calm my breathing. The thicket was pretending to be asleep. It looked peaceful, lifeless. The remaining part of my commute lied through a snow-laden road, illuminated by sparse lamp lights. I gotta look at this terrible thing. Mary's haunted, buddy! It's haunted! That's haunted. 100%. 100% haunted. I'm telling you, that thing is haunted. Good God. Matt secretly has a death wish and it's not great. Get rid of it. It's going to murder you in your sleep, and that's not great. Cause it's haunted. No, 100%. Booda boop boop boop, bada boop 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 boop, haunted doll watch. Chased away bad thoughts and ran as fast as I could from one circle of light to another, seeking protection from electric lamps. I mean, like, I like it because I like weird, scary shit like that, but that thing is 100% haunted. Oh. Just like in that game where you need to be the first to proclaim I'm protected. What game? Tag? You gave me a glossary entry for tag? I don't think you have. You can post it though. Travis. A certain sort of rotten, eggy smell to it. It's haunted. Oh, you have shown me these before, and I don't know if it was in the server or not, Fruity. I love that they glow in the dark. Hold on. Since we're showing off scary religious items. I know I've shared this before. Yeah, stolen Jesus. This is my scary item. This was, it's the stolen baby. It's the... Anyway. This is my stolen baby Jesus. He's great. He's very scary. And I love him. I mean, this thing is definitely haunted. I know that. I'm aware. Hey Terry, welcome back. We're just showing off scary items that we own. Yeah, no, this is my, this is the baby Jesus that I stole from, my shitty right-wing, I can't say neighbors, because I don't live that close to them, but folks that live down the road. And yeah. He's great. On the floor you go! Oh! Emmy! Sounds like it's, library's haunted. I think it's radioactive Joseph. No, I mean he's got the stigmata. He's got the stigmata, so it's gotta be Jesus, right? I mean, all libraries are haunted. It's true. It's true. Stigmata! Get out of here. Emmy, no! It's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, that's my scary, quote-unquote religious item. Did I just knock my camera around? I did. Just a little bit. Hey, light, why are you so bright now? Okay. Haunted by overworked and underpaid staff. I mean, sounds like every mall ever as well. Alright, back to the game. I want to know what's going on. Devo! What are you doing to baby Jesus's head? No, stop. It's just in this case that protection was flimsy at best, and with darkness writhing outside its bounds. Then I noticed something remarkably eerie. Bad noises. He wasn't even mauling it. He was like grabbing its head and then kind of like laying on it. I also hate this noise. In a place where the light from an inclined lamp couldn't reach, a hairy, crooked shadow came alive with a guttural roar. It almost felt like its features deterred light. Its unnatural pose instilled fear. Okay, this is awful. My eyes almost popped out of their sockets as I just stood there, blinking, trying to chase away that illusion. Okay, it's done. That's what good pussy sounds like. I quote that vine way too often. Matt knows vines! That means you need to know more vines, Fruity. But the shadow didn't disappear and even got closer. My insides were gripped by horror. stepped back and almost fell into a snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice. I like their coat.
Чего крадешься?
Sneaking around, huh? Trying to steal my soul? Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such a silky voice here, between the forest and the dormant village? Will you say something, dummy?
Язык вырвал.
Cat got your tongue? Alright, I'll bite off your nose then.
Будешь знать, как
That'll teach you not to poke it in places it doesn't belong. The girl stood before me, judging from the voice and the silhouette. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl before noticing a gaping mouth under her hood with something dangerously shiny inside. I was stunned. Are you a fox? From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring straight at me. 100% Beastars is just furry high school. Accurate. It's just her jaws weren't moving and her eyes weren't blinking. It's a mask. It's a mask. A mask. It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, a nervous smile involuntarily crept onto my face.
А я
I was
просто
just
в школу иду.
going
А
to
тут
school and then
Что
you...
я?
What about me?
Никогда не видел, как лиса собаку кормит.
Never seen a fox feed a dog. Look at the popper! And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's legs. One of the strays that was chasing me yesterday, probably.
Извини, я не хотел.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered its ears, sniffed me out, and then started wagging its tail. It's not gonna turn into a monster. The dog is going to die. I guess I still smell the bologna that I ate for breakfast. You did it bad, Travis. I was shifting my gaze back and forth from the dog to the girl. She didn't seem scary anymore. Just weird.
Значит, не хотел.
So you didn't mean to, huh?
Как тебя зовут?
What's your name?
Меня Антон.
I'm
А
Anton.
тебя?
And you?
А меня нет.
Exclamation point, did it bad! Her fucking eyes, though! I don't like seeing those through that mask. And I'm not. She's weird. Definitely has a couple loose screws. But she has a nice voice. My astonishment was turned into a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, if a bit eccentric. I mean, she seems cool. I like her. I just don't like this angle. The eyes are freaking me out. I liked it better when I couldn't see them. I was also a bit angry at myself, right? The art is so good! This game has such good art! This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without problem, and I shuddered from every little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl had piqued my interest. The next time a police officer asks me about my friends at the new place, I'll tell him that I befriended a talking
Ты
fox.
здесь живешь?
Do you live around
В
here?
поселке?
In the village? The fox giggled and purred. She spun around so hard the hem of her coat lifted up. See, this is a better angle. I just didn't like the sideways look of the eyes in the mask. It was weird and scary.
Нет, глупый.
No, dummy. She's gonna say that she lives in the forest.
Лисы не живут в поселке.
Foxes don't live in villages. Okay, but she wouldn't even necessarily need to be, like, you know, mentally unstable. I'd wear that. Even if it was made out of an actual fox, I'd fucking wear it.
Хочешь сказать, ты живешь в лесу?
So you live in the forest, then?
Из какой норы ты
Have you been
вылез?
living under a rock?
Конечно.
It's
Лисам
obvious that
среди
foxes
людей
can't survive
не
anywhere
выжить,
near humans.
пока они
As long
лисы.
as they're foxes. Her jokes were also weird. Just like her carnival mask, paper mache with fur glued onto it. A dog reminded us of its existence with a loud bark. I unfastened my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge. Cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab sticks. He called it a gift from the bunny. What? Treat from the bunny, the uneaten part of a business lunch or a treat specifically bought for children. Parents would tell their children that a bunny asked them to deliver said treat, but it could also be any other animal, a squirrel or a bear, for example. Okay. Okay. Again, I really appreciate the glossary. The stray strolled toward me with mincing footsteps, with a pleading look in its eyes. Fox did definitely treat it to something, but it was probably still hungry.
Зачем ты так вырядилась с утра пораньше?
Why are you just like this so early in the
На
morning?
утренник идешь?
Going to a costume party? The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose, and her human form along with it, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox. Agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation, you'll be ripped to shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. Couldn't help but just stand there as a stump. Until I heard her calm, melodic laughter, hidden underneath the beastly mask. I wish you could have seen your own nest, sweetie. Did she say sweetie? I got embarrassed, went red up to my hair roots. We'd seen a fox in a zoo once, when I went there with Dad, but it had patchy fur, was gray and skinny. But this girl was of a fiery color and furry, just like in fairy tales. I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers that were searching for the dog's treat stumbled upon some soft, crumpled objects. You'll see. The real beasts will wake up soon. You should ask them where they got their human faces. I was gonna say, the real monsters were the humans all along. The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamp's light. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my finding in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. Cold wind instantly covered the hole it created with snow. Dog rushed to dig it out, wanting to get its treat. And the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed, I wanted to sink through the snow. It was still dark outside of the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in its inkiness. I did my best to continue the conversation with the weird girl I didn't know.
Ты в школу идешь?
So, are you going to school?
Ах, ну
Oh my, you are a real dummy.
Так ничего и не
Don't you get it? Well, I was trying to be friendly, but she can't stop mocking me. Calling me a dummy and all. I should have just moved along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog. Okay, listen, Anton. You're all pissy and upset and constantly jumping the gun, being like, everyone's gonna make fun of me and they're gonna hate me. And like, you see this girl, and granted, it's a little strange that she's out here wearing a fox mask, pretending to be a fox, but hey, she's not hurting anyone. And you're being here like, weirdo, strange girl, weirdo girl, crazy girl. It's like, stop. You've become the very thing you hate!
А ты чего обзываешься?
Why are you so mean?
Не хочешь отвечать, пожалуйста.
Don't answer if you don't want to.
Никто не требует.
It's not like I care. Except you do? Still, something froze me in place, tugged me toward the dark figure. You were the chosen one, Anton. You were my brother! A mysterious appearance, her voice that was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I watched her as people watch fires burn.
Ой, да не дуйся.
Oh, stop pouting.
Иди-ка лучше.
Look here.
Ты нравишься же.
Listen, Linda. Listen.
Listen, Linda. Zulka took a liking to you. Zulka? The dog was digging through snow with sharp movements, snoring loudly. Oh, but listen, Anton. Listen, Anton. Listen. Fox turned around and looked at the windows of a nearby house, at its timbered front through the white mist. It still worked. You did good, Jody. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamp's light.
И не только.
And maybe someone else too. I went red again, like boiled crayfish? Crawfish. This time. Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hoped that the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment from the girl. Cleared my throat before asking.
А кому еще я
And
нравлюсь?
who's that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. Fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's windows. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder what she could see in those winter paintings. The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. Oh, it's the glove! How'd that end up in her bag? It ran to me, holding my object in her paws. A mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What is it doing here? When I looked closer, I realized that it was just my mitten. Maybe Mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep. A certain missing boy immediately came to mind.
Эй, ты знаешь что-нибудь про Вову?
Hey, do you know anything about Vova? I imagine the scene. Silhouettes dancing in the clearing. The dog is not eating cookies. Do not worry. The dance on the night when Vova had disappeared. Bye, Emmy! I'm probably gonna be streaming late, so we might be here if you want to come back at any point. Travel safely. A boy who, when found, can provide a big reward and maybe save my family. I remembered my birthday, when our parents promised to take me and Olya to Disneyland in Paris. But instead of a long-anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console, visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to take me to the promised amusement park. That was the first time when Mom and Dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. If only I could fix everything. Gather everybody I love and take them to Disneyland. Buddy, it's not your fault.
В ночь, когда пропал Вова, я, кажется,
On the
видела
night Vova had
кого-то
disappeared,
похожего
I
на тебя
think I saw
плясал под
someone
моим
looking like
окном.
you dancing under my window. Couldn't be true, but I felt like her mask became even more sly. The fox was sniffing me out.
А что? Ты
Oh,
тогда
that got you worried?
испугался за себя или
For
кого-то
yourself
еще?
or for someone else? Oh yeah, as soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened and cold sweat streamed down my spine.
Ну так слушай
Well
меня
then,
внимательно.
listen closely, a boy
Мальчик,
named
а
Anton.
это большой
This is a
и
big
страшный
and
лес.
scary forest. Foxgirl stepped forward menacingly.
Я
And
не
I'm not
единственный
its only
его
tenant.
обитатель. Другие
The
звери
other
уже
beasts
знают
already know
тебя.
about you.
Берегись нас.
Beware. We'll
Этой
come again
ночью.
tonight. I shouldn't have talked to this evil in child form, I thought,
Пока
panicking.
ты со своей семьей
When you and your
будешь
parents will be
спать,
fast asleep,
подкрадемся
we'll sneak
к
really close and dance.
Макарену.
Macarena!
Чё?
Huh?
Эй, Макарена! У тебя прямо челюсть, Антоша!
Look at you, your mouth is agape, Antosha!
Видел он меня ночью
He
у
saw
своего
me near his
окна.
window at night.
Как же?
Yeah, right.
Ты случаем не
Are you,
местный
by any
дурачок?
chance, a dimwit?
Меня
Nobody would
не
let me go
отпускают
outside that
гулять
late.
здесь. Знаешь ли, дети
Children go
пропадают.
missing here, you know. Fox just taking the piss, it's fine. What's up, Wanderer? How you doing? How's it going? I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by her silly joke. She got me scared to death.
Ой, ты не тереби так окуляр
Hey, why don't you
свои.
stop fondling your
Я раньше
glasses?
тоже
I was
близорукой
also
была.
nearsighted
Лучше
once.
послушай меня.
Listen to me and maybe
Может
you'll
быть,
become
его
smarter.
лисичку, как
Remember,
обычно
what do they
называют?
call foxes?
Плутовка.
Cunning? My words seemed to hurt her.
Ух ты ж.
Hey, what did you...
Ой, прости.
Sorry. Her laughter was akin to the jingle of a pair of silver bells.
Да шучу я.
Just pulling your leg.
Конечно,
Of course we're
плутовка.
cunning.
Если ты ловкий и
If you're
смелый,
agile and
не
brave enough to
боишься
befriend a cunning fox,
пригодится.
I'll help you look for your Vova.
Так и быть, помогу
Thank you for the
разыскать.
bubble,
Ты же неспроста
Ms. Jody.
ищешь, да?
There's a reason why you're doing it, right? Stretch! Okay, I can do that. Don't give the fox drugs! Don't do it! She is but a child! Oh, Lord. Ugh. That's what I'm saying. I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming.
Знаю, почему
I know
дети
why children have
порой
been swarming our
соваться в
forest
наш лес.
recently.
Порой там можно найти
Sometimes you
много
can find a lot of
всякого
interesting stuff
интересного.
there.
Я вот
One day, a
однажды
huge
нашла
pile of
целый
candy once,
сугроб конфет.
one day I saw a huge
Упала
pile
в
of
нём.
candy once, and I
Да так
swam in it until my
челюсть
jaws
слезлась.
cramped. Taking drugs isn't bad, but also don't give children drugs. I didn't say vulva, I said vova. Jody. Jody. Vova. I did now! Matt, are you... Really? Matt? You gotta learn some anatomy, buddy. A pile of candy. Couldn't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. Showed her another smile. A fake one this time. Ooh, so wary. Well, what will you say to this then? I trust the fox giving us candy. This is a cool screenshot I'm taking a screenshot of it. It's happening. Farley, leave baby Jesus alone. Oh my god, these cats. Hold on. I gotta go put baby Jesus away real quick. Say bye, Jesus. Brr. Farley, it's not for you. No. It's not for you, buddy. What is happening? Oh my god, you guys. We're moving on. She held out her hand in a furry mitten. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like these were sold at the markets or in kiosks. Always trust Fox Candy. Never not trust Fox Candy. I saw my favorite bubblegum in a vivid wrapper among the tasty treasure. A familiar name was on it. Turbo. Got Fruitos? I don't know what that is. A triangular fox face poked her nose toward me. Take some. My pockets are full of these. Save. Take. Fruitos is fruit-flavored chewing gum. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, alright, alright. I accepted the treat and catching a whiff of the girl's smell. For fireworks and citrus. The smell of holidays. It's lemon, grape, passion fruit, durian. Give me that lemon. Give me the lemon one. My fingers tingled while I was carefully unwrapping the gum. Peachy aroma entered my nostrils. Something else. Something unfamiliar, but pleasant. Durian doesn't smell like durian. That is good. We appreciate it when the durian does not smell like durian. The fruity cube ended up in my mouth. I started moving my molars, chewing the gum. It tasted like your usual Turkish gum, only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't believe my luck after opening the insert. Fruity Cube is your cousin! I got some bad news for you. It appears that Fruity Cube is dead. I looked at a Mercedes-Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. My heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes off the insert, still stunned. This is... Now, do you see what can be found in the forest? Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you. You get so flustered over simple bubblegum after all. Imagine what would happen if you find a travel case worth of these. It'll surely blow your mind. Unusual treats. Just like everything else about her. Carefully hid the insert in my bag, as if I was putting a rare butterfly in a can. Fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on a Monday morning. Who are you? Oh, I got the achievement. Sweet! I refrained from asking a question. She wouldn't answer anyway. Or she'll just lie. I really wanted to see what's behind her mask. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't just a simple young girl. How long has Anton been talking to this fox? At least a good 15 minutes. Hiccups. My god. Oh, he gonna be late to school. Don't worry about it. What if Vova also found a snow pile with sweets and is now rolling in it? Panda, hi! How's it going? You will be disappointed as a fellow student. He's gonna be late. Don't get your hopes up now. Oh my goodness.
Слушай,
Actually,
вдруг он решил остаться
what if
в
he
лесу?
decided to stay in the forest?
Тогда, наверное, ему
He must be so
очень
cold without his
холодно
second
в
mitten
одном
then.
варежке.
Alright, everyone's popping in and saying hi tonight. It's good day. It's been a good day. Get out of here, Fruity. Nah. Cool Fox gave us sweets and we're scared of rabbits. That is a very accurate and succinct description of everything that's been going on. Goodness gracious. Excuse me. Alright. The wind caught her words like smoke from a fire and carried them deep into the darkness into the creepy thicket. The trees behind me creaked with their bony branches.
Или
Or
что-то
what
случилось
if
в пути?
something happened to him along the way?
Что-то страшное.
Something terrible. The forest reacted to her words, became alive, sniffed me out, perking up its ears just like a curious beast. You got a joke? Yeah? Uh-oh. What's a rabbit's weak spot? What's a rabbit's weak spot? I'm scared at how bad this is gonna be. Bunny! Womp womp. Matt, no. No. Jody, no! Fucking hell, you guys. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna pretend this never happened, and I'm gonna keep reading. The fox girl pierced me with her eyes
Дикие
again.
звери?
Wild beasts?
Это, по-твоему,
You find
страшно?
that scary?
Ну, не
Well,
знаю.
I don't know. Yes, I can. Fucking watch me.
Не знает.
He doesn't know.
Уж
Oh
двоечник
my.
у меня
Have I befriended a
подружился.
dunce? I didn't like being called a dunce, yet being friends with her sounded
Я
nice.
хорошист.
My grades are good.
Бел да пушист.
Really now?
Пойдешь со
Will you
мной?
come with me? Good grades, Anton.
Найдем твоего Вову.
We'll find your
И сам
Vova,
спроси,
and
что
we'll
он
be able to
нашел в
ask
этой
him what he
пуще.
found deep in the forest.
Ведь пока мы
Someone who's
вместе,
not particularly
никто
intelligent.
тебя в лесу не тронет.
As long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest. Travis has gone quiet. We need to make up for his absence. It's a bit like a Vova. Oh my gosh.
Вот увидишь.
You'll see. He's putting laundry in. It's a valid excuse to be going quiet. Worms of worry writhed in my belly. Better run, whispered my
Я тебе
mind.
не верю.
I don't believe you.
Ты думаешь, я
Do you
вру?
take me for a liar?
Ты, пожалуйста,
Whatever. You're just like everybody
никогда не
else.
буду.
The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know if she was genuine about it. She turned around as if she had immediately lost all interest in me. The gum felt bitter now. I remembered my dad's favorite saying, "Where are your manners, son?" Indeed, this fox was kind to me. Jody, you got you got Travis's approval. You did good. Like how you're learning more here than in school. That's what we're here for. Let me help you with that education. Matt. Anatomy and English all at once. We got you covered. Nah, you got this. You did good. Alright. Indeed, this fox was
Не
kind to
обижайся,
me.
пожалуйста.
What am I drinking? I'm just drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh. 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 Yeah. You back? Welcome back, Terry. Yeah, I just got a soda. I've also got a mug full of water, but it's blue raspberry flavored water. Is good. In my wonderful little octopus mug. Speaking of, I'm starting to get a mug collection going on. Y'all, if you find weird, wacky mugs, send them to me. Like, send me links, and I might purchase them. Because I need more glasses. My football glass broke today. I showed it off in stream this morning, and then I went to wash it, and it fucking broke. And that was my last football glass, and I was very upset. You have an extra mug for me? For moi? A grommet mug and a frog mug? I mean, I'm here for it. I still have to wait until my money comes in, but I do need to buy more glasses in general, and I like having weird mugs for a stream. I do plan on buying one of Cyril's weird egg mugs because I need an egg mug in my life. Does Matt? Hey Matt, do you know about my friend Man Juice? Well, I gotta look at these real quick. I do need that grommet mug. You know, one on the Vatican Museum, some sort of holy mug or something. You trying to take that? Do not tempt me. It's not. I mean, it is in most cases, but it's not here today. Am I just getting? Is it? Oh, your extra don't tread on me mug? Nice. You're not getting rid of Batman mug? I would refuse. I would refuse that. It's your Batman mug. That's for you, though. It is. It's normal, innocent man juice. Don't worry. I did do dishes earlier, so, like, everything's clean today. Here's our boy. Hold on. Here he is. This is man juice. You drink juice out of the man. He's very good. I love him. This one is particularly special to me just because I love this frog mug. I need him. But no, I love this gingerbread mug, man juice, specifically because one of the families at the daycare that I used to work at got this with like a Starbucks gift card and some like coffee or some shit. They gave it to me as just like a Christmas gift, and it was very sweet of them. And now he's on stream and he's known as Man Juice, and that's a little weird, but hey. Man Juice commits several Geneva Convention violations. Definitely not innocent. I mean, look at this face. Look at that. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Was like Man Juice, but the other. Man, no. No, I absolutely love both of these mugs, and I will definitely have to buy them because I want them. He does have that 1,000-yard stare. Goodness gracious, y'all. Alright, show and tell is done. We are done with show and tell. We got a game to play, okay? Please don't get mad. Foxes can also be nice, like in fairy tales. I just need to know what kind of fox you are. The girl giggled, hiding the nose of her mask in her hands. Yes, I do have tiny Binding of Isaac figures, but I'm not showing them to you because show and tell is over now. Maybe I'll show you at the end of stream. I'm sorry, Fruity. The girl giggled, hiding the nose of her mask in her hands. Then follow me into the forest and you'll get to know me. Yo, that's what the game calls a giggle? That was a whole ass witch laugh. I mean, it's a witch giggle. Let's be real. But not right now, when it gets bright. I mean, your whole body is shaking, you poor thing. I don't want you to get a stroke. It's definitely a fox giggle. Those motherfuckers and their horrible laughs. I love them. I love their scary ass noises. Hey, let me accompany you to school. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear that almost ran away from me. Well, if we're going in the same direction, how could you forget the dog existed? To be fair, I also forgot. Candy, check. Stranger, check. Guiding you to a desolate place? Check. Yeah, nothing bad. Nothing at all. I see no problems with this. Look at that fucking scary-ass profile. Hold on a second. Look at that scary-ass profile. I love her. Yeah, the fact that Anton is a kid. No problems. It's all safe. It's all fine. We went toward the school in the last dawn. Here and there, the lights came on in the windows of houses we passed, as if their inhabitants were sending us warning signs. Silhouettes lurked behind curtains, dogs let out occasional barks, spirals of gray smoke rose from chimneys, TVs bustled and dishes clanged in kitchens. A child. Thank you, Allie. We watched the village slowly rise from its slumber, while carefully treading the snowy wheel trails. I walked in the left one, and she took the right one. The dog was following right behind us. I expected the fox to bring up something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way to the school, as if playing with me some game only she was privy to. She would only giggle from time to time when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell on its nose. I was the first to break the silence. So, what's your name? Here it comes. Names. People always need to put labels on everything. What name would you give to a fox like me? I don't know. But I've read about Alyssa the fox. You know what? I don't mind. I'll be Alyssa. Couldn't understand if she was joking or not. I turned around as if looking for an answer. From the dog, from the dark sky, devoid of dawn. My silent questions were left unanswered. Who the fuck is this sketchy-ass dude standing outside the school? What the fuck? The school's outline was already in our sight. A giant brick box stuck in the endless night. Lights in its windows didn't bode well for me. School garden, maybe? Also, Glow, hi! Hi. How's it going? How are you doing? All school guards are like that, even the ones here? What the fuck? Who's the kid in the background with the pointy hat? I think it's just a pointy beanie. A wizard. Oh, I'm sorry you're sleepy. Or you're tired, I guess. Are you doing what you can to rest up? Please do what you can to rest up. I'm doing pretty good. It's a very sleepy kind of day for me. Been very mellow. No. Playing some spooky games, just chilling out, chatting, doing some shit. It's good. I think Harry Potter in Russian would be terrifying. I mean, Harry Potter's terrifying enough as it is, you know, being written by a TERF, but, you know. Freddy, what's up with you and the Hufflepuff and Barrels obsession? I don't get it. Lights in its windows didn't bode well for me. The warden trees were guarding the schoolyard. Yeah! Screams, childish laughter, and someone's whistling tore up the silence. I went here with Mum, when we just moved, and the place looked cozy at that time. Empty corridors that smelled of polish, puffy snow outside. The second time I came alone to get the books and just kept on imagining my peers, rolling down the railings, grade schoolers, running to the library, and teachers marching down the corridor with the air of self-importance around them. High schoolers were smoking at the entrance, and track pants and wool caps perched on their foreheads. He brought out the bruv, everyone brace for impact. Oh no. Their appearance destroyed the last of hopes for a cozy school. Their stingy eyes and the teeth, yellow from nicotine, their smirks, all of it had the same gloomy effect as the cloudy winter morning. Absorbed by my thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion.
После уроков жду
I'll wait
тебя
for
на
you at the back of
заднем
the
дворе.
schoolyard, or backyard after
Возле
school.
повешенного.
Near the hanged man. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Возле кого?
Near what? She just ignored my question.
Не опаздывай.
Don't be late. I hesitated. Blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that when I would have trouble choosing between two options. Thinking about Mom helped me
Я
reply.
после школы сразу домой.
I'm going straight home after school.
Эх, Антоша,
Hanged man, like the
Антоша.
tarot card?
Это
May?
я
Oh,
тебя
maybe.
просто отпустила.
If like a mural or something of the hanged man? That'd be weird, but I wouldn't hate it. Oh no. No. Well, Antosha, I'm going to let you off the hook.
Другие же
But the others will
незаметно
creep up to you with their
подкрадутся со
smiles
своими
and sink their teeth into
улыбочками.
you. Won't be
И
able to shake them off as easily.
Запомни мои слова.
Remember my words. Fox opened her mouth in a wide yawn. What kind of trick is this?
Антоха!
Someone running in the distance called out my name. I instinctively turned around. I'm about to do a murder on all of these fucking children! A huge snowball whizzed past my shoulder and hit the dog. It whimpered and ran toward the spring. The darkness devoured it. Foxgirl was also nowhere to be seen. She dissolved into frosty air. Or was she hiding in my shadow? I gulped and swallowed the gum. Unlucky. After taking a deep breath, I went toward the school, toward the cutlets and dough, toward the light raining down onto the snow. Don't just act like this is nothing! You gotta find who hit that dog, and then you gotta hit them back. I'm sorry, Anton, those are the fucking rules. Oh yeah, sorry, Terry, you missed the fox yawn, but it was like with the mask, so it was like a fox mouth. Yeah, that's totally normal. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm just like, don't honk at me, car. Into the building we go. Let's go. Can hear muffled voices behind the doors. Saw blinking lamps. Darkness creeped along the windows, and I felt like the school was drifting in open space like a lonely, lost spaceship. After going up the second floor, I noticed a crowd around the notice board. Everyone was taking part in a lively discussion. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone was interested in through a wall of backpacks. There was a piece of paper with something printed on it, glued to the left of the notice board. Excuse me, sorry. Attention, child missing. Vova Matyukin? 10 years old. Vova, 10 years old. Grade 4B. He left his home on January the 5th around 1600 and never returned. Was last seen at the bridge over the Smorodina. Oh. He was wearing an orange coat with a hood, a black wool cap, a scarf, and mittens with green stripes. Might have had a plastic toy gun on him. Features 142 centimeters tall, skinny, brown hair, and green eyes. Please call these numbers if you have any information on Vova's whereabouts. I was gonna say, I do. I hang out at rivers. Bears. Are you implying that Vova is a bear? Is that what I'm hearing? Child missing! Vova, that was his name. A 4th grader. On the grainy print, Vova looked dead, with a black mouth and dark, empty eye sockets. Bear with me. I get ya. Could it be that the darkness dwelling deep in the forest invaded his pores and mutilated his face? A plastic toy gun couldn't protect him from the whispering branches and the howling wind. Empty eyes of the lost boy pierced through my soul, as if pleading. Unable to meet his stare, I turned around and rushed to the window, took a seat on the windowsill. The corridor was slowly filling up with children, in groups of few. Nobody paid me any mind. In the darkness of school toilets, child voices were hammering a nursery rhyme. For the fox and for the bear, bunny tasty meals prepare. I turned my head toward them, trying to get a better look at their features, but then my attention was stolen by a loud clicking sound. A female teacher marched down the corridor with her chin raised up high. Her heels were hitting the floor like miniature hooves. That's 100. That's our fox girl. I'd recognize those eyelashes. A girl was trailing her every step. She was also looking pompous, stopping along the way and whispering some secret in her friend's ear. She was probably a class rep since she was carrying an attendance register book.
Екатерина, возьми, пожалуйста.
Ekaterina? Please, take this, please. Teacher got no eyes. It's typical teacher feature. Not Elsa. Not Elsa! Don't want to build a snowman. Teacher opened the classroom door and the crowd of children swarmed in, screaming and pushing. Out of all of them, a tall, red-headed fat boy caught my attention. His face was full of blisters. He looked like like the insides of a pomegranate. It's called acne, and it happens, and it's fine. A bad feeling rose up the hair on the back of my head. I've seen boys like him before. Unsettled eyes, cackling laughter. The girl, who was a smaller copy of the teacher, warned the boy with a wave of her hand and entered the room with, through the clearing in the crowd. Some other guy stood in the way of the crowd, and the redhead immediately shoved him. Move your legs, moron! Boy flew head first, flailing his hands, trying to keep his balance. The fatso burst out laughing, and a couple of kids joined his nasty cackling. The laughter sounded like someone was snipping with huge garden scissors. The classroom sucked all of the kids in. The corridor stood empty. I wanted to grow roots and stay on the windowsill. Oh no! Just a handful of lampposts outside were battling the darkness, writhing like fluorescent fish in the black ocean. Maybe I can still run away. Go outside, dissolve in the dark. I imagined myself running through snow, how it squeaks under my boots, and how I'm becoming lighter and lighter with every step. Yeah, I think that might be it, honestly, at this point. Is that some of the things, like, are Russian sayings that somebody translated but didn't necessarily localize, you know? I'm gonna go beat up your bully. I'm gonna go beat him up. I'm gonna go bully the bully. Don't bully people, please. That was gross. Why are people like that? I imagined myself running through snow, how it squeaks under my boots, and how I've become lighter and lighter with every step. Excuse me. Oh my god. The ringer's trill blew that illusion away. A bully who only bullies other bullies, like Dexter? Yeah. Hi, that was me in grade school. I was the bully's bully. I didn't like watching people get picked on. So I broke arms. And jaws. And ribs. Oopsies. Tore myself from the window with great effort. Then took a couple of deep breaths, trying to at least calm down my mad pulse, and entered the classroom. I was a monster as a child. It's fine, don't worry about it. The prim teacher looked at me with over the frame of her glasses, clearly annoyed. I'm the transfer student. I was told to come here? Sorry, I've got like a dry spot in my throat and it sucks! Okay. Oh goodness. The snowy forest trail was winding in front of my eyes. Pines rustled, but it didn't sound predatory anymore. She buried herself in the register and flicked through the pages. Your last name?
Петров.
Petrov.
Громче говори.
What are you mumbling there?
Чего мямлишь?
Say it clearly.
Петров.
Petrov.
Нет такого.
You're not on the list. Oh my god, Fruity. She measured me with a long and heavy stare as if trying to see if I was lying. I wanted to sink through the floor. Hazy faces observed all of that from the left. Classroom breathed and snorted in unison, like a living organism, like a dangerous
Ты не
beast.
ошибся?
Are you sure?
Нет такого в списке.
I don't have you in my register. My niece chose the worst time to start shaking, and I felt dizzy. I clutched my fist so hard my knuckles became
Мне
white.
сказали,
They
204
told me to come to
кабинет,
class
Лилия
204 to
Павловна,
ask for
6 В.
Lilia Pavlovna, class 6C. Don't laugh! That's all. No, children! Oh my goodness. Apparently everyone in the classroom took my words for some sort of joke because they were all laughing.
Что за бардак?
What's wrong with this school? Classroom fell silent. Kids hid their smirks for a better occasion.
Понаберут студентов.
Why do we hire so many
Только знают,
interns?
что губяки
They all
свои
know,
воевать.
they
А
all
я
know how to
разгребать,
put
значит?
lipstick all over their bulging lips, but when it comes to real problems, I have to solve everything.
А бумаги-то кто заполнять
How
будет?
did they send you here
Не
without
первый
any
раз
proper
ведь уже.
paperwork? Ugh, we've had the same thing happen so many times
Подожди
already.
здесь. Сейчас.
Wait here, I'll be back.
Сейчас я им устрою.
After I have a little chat with them. Teacher flew past me, mumbling something to herself in righteous anger, and I was left standing at the center of the classroom. Ugh! Just sit down somewhere, child. It does not matter where. Just sit somewhere. It's fine. I won't bring it up much, like, during the actual stream. And as long as it doesn't get into any, like, ridiculously triggering stuff, because it can be harmful for other people. Yeah. That's where I stand on it. And I appreciate you, asking, Terry. I just want to get through the story, honestly. They are people that I don't know, because I can't read Russian. Like a convict in front of a firing squad, I lowered my gaze, feeling the mocking stares from all around the classroom directed at me. They prickled my skin, danced on it like laser sights. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, just as a general stance, so everyone knows. I don't mind people sharing personal information, but it also just comes down to, like, being conscientious of not necessarily trauma dumping. Because even if you're really close to, like, a streamer, and I feel like this is just kind of basic practice for most people. Not saying that that's what's happening right now, but, like, what you might consider, like, okay and shareable might be triggering or really heavy for other folks. So yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Probably some basic people, like Einstein or Nikola Tesla. They look odd. Yeah, I wonder if they're like, does Russia have, is it a, what do we call Putin? What is Putin? Oh, Russia has a president. That's what I wanted to say, but it's just Putin. Right, I think, yeah, I wanted to say president, but I wasn't 100% certain on if that is what that role was called. I'd assume it's the Russian presidents. I'd assume. But who knows? Oh my god! That's terrifying. Just set everything on fire. School doesn't need to exist, it's fine. Close-up of Anton's chest, alright. Once again, I imagined running far away from this place, finding the clawing wind soaring high above the pines in one long jump. With the wind at my back as my only companion. The eyes of my future classmates were asking, this new boy, is he one of us or an outsider? Somebody whispered something and stifled laughter rolled through the classroom.
Доску вытри!
Wipe the board! It was easy to guess who was the main prankster
Эй,
here.
очкарик!
Hey, Four Eyes!
Чё, не только
Are you not only
слепой, но
blind
ещё
but
и
also
глухой?
deaf?
Доску вытри,
I said wipe the
говорю!
board! My knees weren't the only shaking part of my body anymore. Probably give the students someone to pray to during tests. Oh! Goodness gracious. I was trembling from head to toe, and I prayed for the teacher to come back sooner. My prayers were answered by the powers that be. Oh yeah, like my ass first! Sorry. It's like, that's a solid comeback. Good. Oh god. And what should I do with you now? Where will you sit? Oh, well, you can sit with Semyon, I guess. He's alone anyway. No way. The big boy put his backpack on the seat beside him in defiance, scratched his belly and smirked. Are you back to your old tricks? Should I call your grandma here again? Classroom went silent. And what's she gonna do? I'll be the one to do something if she doesn't. Put away your backpack now. Semyon didn't move a muscle. Oh, this is horrifying. He started studying the portraits of writers on the wall, looking bored. Russian writers. There's your answer. I needed to do something to resolve this somehow, to save myself. I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice. It sounded like nothing like me. Is Grandma the one in the videotape talking about the rabbit? Probably. Yeah, the bully's grandma? Probably. Let's be real. Yeah, 100%. I feel like a lot of people's experience with religious schools tends to be either it was really great or it was really awful. I went to public schools and then was homeschooled for a while, and I hated both. They were both miserable experiences. School fucking sucked. Oh goodness. I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice. It sounded nothing like me. I can sit in the last row. I think there's a free seat. Teacher started loudly. She looked at me, then at Semyon, then back at me. Fine. Go there for now. And you, Baburian. I'll have a talk with you later. Come to me after class. You'll be on cleaning duty. Got it? Semyon forced out a twisted smile. Juicy pimples were growing on the tip of his nose, ripe for the taking. Gross! I walked carefully, afraid to stumble and fall, causing another outburst of laughter from everyone. I took my seat at the back, at the last table, where I was met with a pile of old posters. The outcasts took their seats and the class was ready to start. Now this is settled. Let's start the class. Today's theme is traditions of Russian and international literature in Zushenko's Don't Lie. The big boy turned back to me. His stare informed me of the coming days, weeks, and months of bullying. Got my eyes on you, said his watery look. Fucking hell. Itchy nose. What is that? After just a couple of periods, I had already noticed a huge yellow spit stain in my notebook. Then at the cafeteria, this Semyon accidentally spilled a glass of compote on me. Gross. And then he flailed his hands around after exiting the toilet so some of the liquid from his hands would get on me. Gross! Just before the final period for today, Semyon pushed me into a buzzing crowd of girls from her class. Oh no! They made way, cursing, but I couldn't hold my balance and ended up ramming my face into the girl I took for the class rep before, right in her chest. Fucking hell. Ow! I immediately stepped back, dying from embarrassment. I'm sorry, are you alright? Then she suddenly put her hands on her hips. Will you look at him? Groping me in front of everyone. Well, tell my mom. They'll expel you, pervert. There was some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she was a child who was about to put a lit-up match to the Chaffer beetle?
Я нечаянно. Меня толкнули.
I didn't mean to. He pushed me.
Все видели.
We all saw that, you know. No blind among us. She stared at my glasses while showing me a creepy smile. Started to fume on the inside, but Semyon's laughter cooled my head.
Толкнули?
I pushed you? You sure? He swaggered up to me, enveloping me in the smell of sunflower seeds and rotting teeth, and then pushed me to the ground.
Вот так,
Like
да?
this, huh? What you gonna do now? Oh, I hate this. Bully towered over me as if saying, come on, hit me. Let me see you try. Ooh. I'm gonna hit him, because honestly, fuck this dude, and if I get in trouble, cool, whatever, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna fucking deck this guy.
Слушай, ты...
Listen, you. My throat went dry, my lips were moving on their own, and my voice was akin to a stifled squeal. Semyon wore a mocking smile. Ooh.
Давай, давай, продолжай.
Go on, Four Eyes.
Всё примолкlo.
Why did you stop?
Нам всем
We're all
поп-
waiting.
Если ещё хоть раз
If
меня
you ever
тронешь.
touch me again. Semyon slowly stuck out a finger and poked my forehead. I know my tiny little lad fists won't hurt him, but it's not the point. It's just the fact that you stand up to him, it usually gets him to stop, or at least think about what they've done for a little bit. Semyon slowly stuck out a finger and poked my forehead.
Натронул, и
I did,
чё?
so what?
Ещё хоть раз
If you ever do it again,
тронул.
here,
А вот
once
ещё.
more,
И ещё.
and again,
И ещё.
and again,
И ещё.
and again. He was poking me with his finger so hard that my head tilted backward. I must not cry, or I'll be done for.
Чё ты мне
What will whoop like you
сделаешь?
do to me? My vision went blurry. My soles tore off from the floor. I rushed forward and threw a random punch without looking.
Ха!
Fuck yeah! Get him! Fucking get him! Look at that! He's reconsidering everything now. Okay, sorry. What I saw when I opened my eyes was beautiful and horrifying at the same time. Semyon was holding his ear and blinking in amazement. Was I the first person to rebel against his absolute rule? Again, I mean, there might be a time where it's gonna make it worse, but they will reconsider everything if you stand up to it, because usually people just don't, and so they think they can get away with anything. So the second you fucking fight back, they're just like, oh shit, people can hurt me! Yeah, remember, violence is the answer.
Стопэ! Лена!
I needed to run, but I was already surrounded by his cronies.
Лилия Павловна!
Lilia Pavlovna.
Лилия Павловна! Петров!
Petrov just hit Baburin. Semyon's cheeks grew even redder and his pimples even whiter, like the heads of larvae. Ugh. But a smile flashed on his face. I was only noticed among his comrades. He got really close to me. The smell of rotten teeth washed over me.
Тебе!
You are
Пиздец!
fucking done. I'm talking about electronics violence is definitely the answer. If you just threaten them a little bit, they'll start cooperating. His voice was evil and dangerous, like someone tore off the lid from a kettle with boiling fat. I was waiting to get hit, counting the thumps of my heart and guessing where his fists will go. The solar plexus? The jaw? The nose? But he just turned around and walked off. A thought, cold and sober and extremely rational, popped up in my head. I'm gonna get killed today. I was late to leave the school after classes on purpose. Semyon didn't attend the last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge a cleaning duty and ran home, forgetting all about me? I heaved a sigh of relief, like someone on death row whose execution was delayed by a day. But I didn't let myself forget his tone, his vengeful gaze, and his scary, electrified smirk. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I was pretending to skim through my books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Semyon was nowhere to be found in the front yard or near the school gate. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stayed for some more time in the corridor that was gradually getting less crowded. Oh? All of the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton peeking out of a biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with the American condor on its head. The sound of running water were coming from the bathroom. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone, a sudden thought came to mind. I remembered the missing boy. His portrait was on the notice board near the schedule. I remembered his smile. Him looking at me. And the fact that he's most likely already dead. Terry, no! Oh no! Like, miss? There's no maybe showing up a smidge late? Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Привет.
Oh. Oh, just, tell him you were sick. Whoopsies. Oh, goodness. Hello? Yesterday night I just checked phone. Oh. That's a heck of a missed meeting. Hydrate from Travis. I need to get more water. Sick of their damn meetings. Gotta say that real quiet. Perfect. Sorry, I need more water. Oh no! I'm sure they'll be fine. Whoopsies. I shuddered and turned around. Is it Fox Girl? At first, my eyes stumbled upon the black violin case. Bye, Jody. Thanks for being here. Drive safe. Have a good night at work. We'll see you later. Then I noticed a girl from my class was holding it. Hi! Sat in the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. And I was sneaking glances at her myself. Sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty. Spring, the sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Semyon's jokes. Is this the school romance side story? I hope not. And she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. She spent all the breaks just like me, staying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook.
Здравствуй.
Hello. I turned red and pretended I was studying the pattern on the wooden floor.
Круто ты ему врезал.
It was cool, the way you hit him.
Это вышло случайно. Почти.
It was just an accident. Almost. I started shoving books in my backpack to at least put something in my hands.
Вроде Семён раньше таким не
Semyon
был.
wasn't like that before.
Он к нам недавно перевелся.
Right, I definitely don't trust her because she's super nice. He also transferred here just recently.
Бабушка мне
His grandma told me that it
сказала,
almost
что
felt
он
like he
словно
went mad.
взбесился. Семёна даже
Even the
старшеклассники
upperclassmen fear
побаиваются.
Semyon.
Представляешь?
Did you know?
А ты вот молодец.
But you're different.
Не струсил.
You're brave.
Угу.
I mumbled in reply. Yeah, right. Me? Brave? A hero that has been standing around in the hallway to avoid a beating. Girl looked at me with her clear, attentive eyes.
А ты за рекой живешь?
Do you live over the river?
В том деревянном доме?
In that wooden house?
Ну да.
Yeah.
Там, наверное,
Must be scary living
страшно.
there.
Да еще через
And you
лес
also have to
идти.
cross the forest.
Я бы так
I
не
wouldn't be able to
смогла.
do that. I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of intertwining branches, of a snake-like trail, of endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I straight up lied.
Да не так уж там и
It's
страшно.
not that scary.
А что тебя так пугает?
What's so scary about it for you? She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream.
Да так,
Well,
ничего.
actually, never mind.
Меня, кстати, Полина
My name
зовут.
is Polina, by the way,
А меня Антон.
and I'm Anton.
Ну, это я
I already know
знаю.
that.
Слушай,
Hey, Anton? She stumbled as if trying to decide whether she should
А
continue.
что ты делаешь после школы?
What are you doing after school? She's not the Fox Girl, is she? Not at all. Katya is Fox Girl. What terrible beast are you? My chest felt prickly after her innocent question, yet somehow it felt pleasant.
Ничего такого.
Nothing much. I stumbled and didn't finish my sentence. Surprised she's actually the forest's master? I stumbled and didn't finish my sentence. What is happening here? Oh no. Alyssa's predatory smile flashed in front of my eyes. Her playful eyes in the slits of her mask were probably just a product of my imagination, though. What if that fox girl is waiting for me after the school? Or was it another of her weird jokes? I wonder if she's hiding a big red tail under her coat. I suddenly got covered with beads of sweat, like after a PE class. Her eyes don't match, though. Like, Fox Girl's eyes and Polina's eyes are different. I wanted to take a shower, as if just thinking of the foxy girl made me dirty, soiled my clothes, lured me into the forest's embrace. What if the fox max? What if the fox had isn't a mask?
Скрипка.
Be terrifying.
Свободна.
I have a violin lesson, and then I'll be free.
Дедушка мне
My
репетитора
grandpa
нанял.
hired me a private tutor.
Наш учитель музыки.
And ask what's her
Он же
favorite
скрипач. А здесь, в поселке, ему некому
I don't like
преподавать.
that.
Только мне.
Our music teacher is a violinist, and he doesn't have anyone to teach here, except for me. She moved her free hand in the air, imitating the movement of a bow on violin strings. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how that pans out. I like that theory so far. I could almost hear the music. It chased Alyssa out of my head. I looked at Polina's lips, catching her every word, and was frozen from the unusual sensations. They were warm, soothing, and tingly. It felt like I was very small and the feelings were immense and they couldn't fit inside me. How deep in hell is this town?
Тут говорят,
As
что
deep
в
as you can
поселке
go.
маньяк завелся.
They say there's a serial killer on the loose in the village.
Раньше со школы меня
Normally,
всегда
Grandpa would
дедушка
escort me
забирал,
home from
но в
school, but
последнее
he's been
время
sick
ему
lately. Snuck a glance at Volva's photo. His eye wells were studying me. His lips were wearing black lipstick. Just like the portrait on a gravestone.
Ты не подумай, я не трусишка, просто
I mean, I'm not a coward, it's just...
мне кажется, что
I think I'll be
с тобой
safer
будет
together with you.
безопаснее. Антон,
Will you go home with me,
сможешь
Anton?
проводить меня?
There it was. Finally, everything that I read about in the adventure books, everything that I dreamt about was seeping into my life. Oh god. Did they change? I missed it. I don't want to see it. Do you? I don't like romance stuff. A mysterious crime, a beautiful stranger, and a heroic duel. Thinking of Semyon instantly sobered me up, returned me back to Earth, and it started shaking under my feet like a deck of a ship. I don't want to. I'm just very anti-romance. I don't know, it's not for me. Alright. If only I could rise to the occasion in front of Polina. There are like very few instances where I like fictional romancing, but for the most part I'm just, especially when it's like forced hetero romance, I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Get it out of my face. I know. The aromantic is anti-romance? What a shock. It explains a lot, honestly, and it took me so many fucking years to figure it out. Get the heteros out of here. A non-romantic. That's me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I see the appeal of it for some people. But it's just, it's not for me. At all. I don't know. Just let me be thirsty and then we'll call it good. Okay? Okay. Yep, you learn so much out in the real world. Come, enter my classroom on Twitch. Hydrate! I can drink more water because I filled it up. Is there a hair in here? Get out! It's fine. Only thirst! Thank you, Travis. Alright, where are we? Because no matter how brave I was trying to act, it was obvious for both of us that I wouldn't be able to stand a chance against a big guy like that. Facts! Terror is correct! just let me be thirsty all the time. Just all the time. And him knocking me out won't even be able be the worst of it. The worst part is that Polina will see all of that. And she'll laugh at me like everybody else. No, I don't need anybody to see me in such a shameful state.
Сегодня вряд ли получится.
I doubt I'll be able to today.
Ты же знаешь, Семён,
You know,
скорее всего,
Semyon is
караулит
waiting
наш
for me
коридор.
outside.
Лучше мне с ним
I
разобраться
need to
лично.
deal with him one-on-one,
По-мужски.
like a man.
Глупости
Nonsense.
какие.
Polina brushed off some hair from her forehead, and I sensed a weak aroma of blackberry. Polina was like water when you were thirsty. You gulp it down and still wanted more. Look, Anton! I remembered the summer evenings at the country house. Fire's pungent smoke, the berries hanging over our fence from the neighbors, and a soft cover of pine needles under my soles. That's too thirsty, buddy! Look! Ugh. Can we get past the romance now? Those few peaceful days when I felt completely safe. My mom resting in the hammock, my dad putting meat on a skewer. I get it though, because he's also like 11, 12 years old, and boy are hormones insane. But like, yeah, like y'all are kids. Just back up. It's good. It's fine. You're fine. It's fine. She's just a girl. Could I ever foreseen the upcoming catastrophe in the crackle of the coals, and my parents' laughs, and the smell of the fleeting July? This is very, well, for some of the animes. I just, ugh. Could I have seen how fragile that world was?
Думаешь, этот дикарь будет честно драться?
Do you really think that Savage will give you a fair fight?
Со своими
He'll
дружками
just swarm you with his friends, without giving you a chance to catch a breath. Polina suddenly flashed a devious smile. Oh, you mentioned that and I fucking hate it. I hate children.
Это их ошарашит.
I love kids, but I hate kids. But if we go together, they will be put off.
Я же не только
I'm
первая
not only the
скрипка
first
на
violin
ферме.
of this village,
Знаете,
I'm also
ещё
a girl.
девочка. Слышала от
I've heard from a
знакомых
delinquent I know that he'll never
никогда
attack
не
someone
нападает
when
на
there's a
кого-то
girl
в
around.
присутствии.
Can you
Представляешь, у
imagine?
них
They have
кодекс
this weird
чести
code of
такой.
honor. A delinquent you know? A delinquent you know, I thought, worried. Is he better than me? Taller? More handsome? She didn't gender this delinquent. Just pointing out. Maybe the delinquent is the fox girl. Jesus Christ. Oh, I have to go to music class. She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Polina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters or the actresses from the movies. Yeah, because she's like 11. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamp, she looked much more alluring.
А ты играешь на
It
чём-нибудь?
that delinquent could be her in fox form. You are correct. That is a fair point. Can you play anything? My parents bought me a guitar a couple of years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts at making music. AM, EM, change, we're all waiting for change. Soy song echoed my thoughts and my desires to change something. Left 4 Dead series are discounted right now? Russian is a gendered language, so she probably referenced the gender in the word. Okay, fair, but they didn't now. Victor Tsoy, a singer and a frontman of the popular Soviet rock band Kino, that played a mix of new wave and post-punk. Their hit song, Paramin, Changes, is one of the most popular rock tracks of the new Russian era. Died in a car accident. Oof. I did see that Frambo is on sale, which, if y'all haven't played it before, you fucking should. It's a very, very good game. It's from the same people that did, Little Misfortune, but it was the game that came before Little Misfortune. Very, very good. I think I've got Left 4 Dead 2 in my Steam account. I need to buy the other ones too, though. That guitar got lost somewhere, as if refusing to move to the old house near the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone that needed it more.
Увы, не играю.
I don't, sadly. A
Жалко.
pity.
Ну ладно,
Oh
я
well.
побежала.
I'll be going.
Пока!
Bye. Bye. Her shout was captured by the loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school hallways.
Пока.
Bye. I wasn't sure if Polina heard me. I looked out the window again. The schoolyard was empty, just a couple of grade schoolers throwing snowballs at each other. Nobody who looked like the hulking Semyon with his cronies. This was giving me hope. What should I do? Polina could become my friend, first one in this new place. And besides, she may be in real danger of meeting a killer, and I'll be her defender. Her knight. And even though my inner voice was hesitant and whispered about running away from the killers, lurking in the woods at night... Hope? It is. I have mentioned that Left 4 Dead could be a thing that we could all do together. Hey, we could all play Left 4 Dead together. We should all play Left 4 Dead together. Polina was worth the risk, but the Red Cunning Fox was also intriguing. She promised me to help look for Vova, and this will bring me a reward. More money will almost guarantee peace in my family. Miss baiting the witch to the team. Ah, I see you're also a troll player. Oh, fruity. 100% original thought. Accidentally. I see you're also a troll player. Gifts for Olya. I imagine my sister, happy like those girls who get prizes from Suponev in the finest hour. She'll be dancing with the famous singers, maybe a new popular boys band like Ivanushki International. Mom and Dad hugging in the Ostankino Pavilion. What? Pavilion! And then all of us going to Disneyland. Me just assuming every single word is gonna be some Russian word. Oh, don't make me choose this! Save. No? Okay, it did save. What'd you find? I want to hang out with Fox Girl. Lightning gun. Oh no. I want to hang out with Fox Girl, but Polina seems okay. We're gonna hang out with Fox. Oh, she shows up on the window. Alright, screw the romance. Let's go hang out with the fucking Fox. After closing my backpack, I round down the stairs. I would like to play through it again and see what happens going through Polina's route, because I am intrigued by her, but I don't want the romance route. Not necessarily. Polina could be the Fox. Depends on if we get outside and then we have to wait for ages, you know? We'll see. I'm still of the mind that Polina is not the Fox. That is my assumption at this point. Fox Girl does have candy. And there also might be a dog with the Fox Girl. Fox Girl just has a lot more, has a lot better options, basically. After closing my backpack, I ran down the stairs. I got the achievement, Adventure. I scanned my surroundings through the window in the main hall. Oh god. Lightning gun. Nobody suspicious in sight. The school doors creaked. The sound was similar to the music from a thriller, the high note that comes before an intense scene. I ran around the school corner, trying not to catch anyone's attention. The smell of pastry and burnt sugar wafted from the school cafeteria. I really hope... Hold on. This is my hope for hanging out with Alyssa. We go out there. She's not gonna be there. We're gonna stand around for a little bit to wait to see if she shows up. Semyon is gonna show up and threaten to beat us up. Alyssa shows up and then absolutely destroys this boy. And then we go hang out in the forest and then get some spooky, scary things. That's what I'm hoping for. I froze when I saw a silhouette in the second floor window. It must be Polina, gliding a bow on violin strings with her head slightly tilted to the side. I wish I could hear the melody she played, but Polina was only a dark outline in the window's yellow sheet. I dragged my feet forward. Ruh-roh. Oh, who you? Alyssa bites the boy and gives him rabies, or like rips his throat out or something. I don't know. I just want to watch Alyssa just destroy this kid. This is all I want in my life. The net on a football goal in the yard fluttered in the wind. The same wind that hurled small white whirlwinds through the field. Turns him into a werefox. He's not cool enough to be a werefox. I just want him to die. Oof. Somewhere nearby, an invisible tractor was humming, scaring away the crowd of cawing birds. You're right. That is the okay, that makes sense. I understand. Look at you remembering. I forgot about the hanged man thing. The hum of its engine sounded like the howls of hungry beasts that chased me through the snowy desert. There is a squirrel up in the tree. I can't get him. He's just gonna sit there and stare. There is this creepy dude, behind the wall that's staring at us, which I think is the same guy from when we first came into the school. He's the serial killer. The guard is the serial killer. Alyssa and her scary mask also came to mind. Right now, in the light of the day, it was really hard to believe she was real. What did she say back then? At the backyard, near the hanged man. What does she mean by that? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Are those... I'm sorry. Are those needles? That man just left. I looked at the wall. There was a hanged man drawn under the thin black line of resin. According to Cyril, they're popsicles. Not heroin. Don't do that. Someone played the hangman here. Something was scribbled on both sides of the man. Escape, fear, truth. Come closer, sweetheart. It took me a while to realize where the sound was coming from. My eyes strolled through the cul-de-sac at the school backyard, through windows and snow. Is she? Yeah, the squirrel is Alyssa. Surprise. One of the snow piles started trembling, like a volcano before it erupts. Hi, you didn't get me. Okay. Give me your heart. In the blink of an eye, the white crust crumbled and a fox jumped at me. She made a gracious bow, enjoying the effect her appearance had on me. Definitely not Polina. This was too soon. She's still upstairs, like, doing her violin stuff. This is not Polina. Alyssa should give hands on that tactic. She made a gracious bow, enjoying the effect her appearance had on me. The silver of snow shined on her coat. I couldn't even imagine that thinking about girls with tails can be like, I couldn't even imagine that thinking about girls with tails can be this. I don't know what to compare it to. Something infectious? Toxically sweet? Fight back or your heart is in my bag! She giggled so enthusiastically that it forced me to smile.
Да ну тебя.
Hide from the bully under the snow, then jump out and steal his heart. It's a good tactic. Oh, come on. That smile, though. I quickly rolled a ball of snow and threw it at Alyssa. She tried to dodge, but it was too late. A hit to the shoulder. You insolent boy! Yeah, that's me! Fox slowly backed down, trying to arm herself. You are sly, but I'm a fox! I think out of the box. Her retribution was swift. Snowball arched its way above the snowy yard, and the ravens flying in the air. I wanted to duck, but slipped and fell to my knees. And while I was getting up, I caught a huge chunk of snow with my face, burned up from the cold. Exactly. Swore loudly from immense disappointment.
Блядь!
Using the words I heard in Sector Gaza's song on the cassette I hid from my parents. If Dad heard this, he would have definitely gave me a good whipping. He had very low tolerance toward obscene words and always communicated in clean Russian.
Да ладно тебе.
Oh, come on.
Не больно же
It can't hurt
совсем.
that much. She brushed off my hood as if to show compassion, took me by the elbow and helped me get up. With care uncharacteristic for a child, she took off my glasses, blew away the snowflakes that were stuck to them, and handed them back.
Вот так. 1-1.
Now we're even, Tosha. Only people who were close to me called me that. And I haven't even seen her real face, didn't know her last name, what class she was from, and if she had a real tail under her coat.
Желаешь отыграться?
Want to get ahead?
Мы хотели поискать Вову.
We were going to look for Vovo, remember?
Лучше поторопиться.
We'd better hurry
А то меня
before my
родители
parents start
станут
looking for
искать.
me. Fox let out a lazy yawn. There, she did it again.
Родители.
Parents. Don't be so boring.
Давай чуть-чуть
Let's play for a bit.
поиграем.
You're always
Всё
bored at
вроде
home
дома
anyway.
А ты откуда знаешь?
How do you know that?
Тоже мне тайна.
It's not even a secret.
Со взрослыми
It's
да в
always way too
4
boring being locked up in a house full of
стенах.
adults.
У меня от стены
I get all
взрослых
jittery from both
нервничает.
houses and parents. See? Her furry fox brow started twitching. I faked a laugh in reply, unsure whether being able to move parts of her mask like that was genuinely funny or not.
Ну же, Тоша.
Come on, Tosha, don't be scared. Surprised she actually escaped a zoo.
Я же
Come on, Tosha, don't be scared.
Хочешь
I can see you want to play.
Если
And if you win... Fox Girl got dangerously close to me and stood on her tiptoes, almost touching my face with her rough little nose. Playful fires danced deep in her eyes. She smelled nice, like berries and saccharine. Is this a smell of independence and true freedom? I mean, the kind where all you have to do in your life is run wild and eat sweets. Her whisper poured into my ear like scalding hot water.
Если победишь, буду твоим
If you
провожатым.
win, I'll be your guide. I thought I would avoid romance, sure, but he's not being like... I mean, he's still being a little weird, but not thirsty. Excuse me. Not never-ending, unquenchable thirst. I underestimated this child being into furries. That's all. Also, thank you. Sex drive. Libido sex drive. If you win, I'll be your guide. Believe me, I have lots of things to show you.
Найдём твоего Вову.
We'll surely find your Vova for once. I felt as if a giant invisible spring bent inside me. My tummy hurt, but the sensation was somehow not exactly unpleasant. Oh my god. It was so weird. I just had a conversation with Polina, and now Alyssa was going to drag me along with her. I felt like my mind was becoming blurry, splitting in two, like those gravestones on the TV record. So far, so... about the same? I like how he searched the video on Google. The first two pictures of two dudes kissing. Hey. Guys need love too. I was approaching occasionally playing Grim Grimoire levels of thirst for a minute. Oh no. Just did a quick Left 4 Dead match? Nice! How'd it go? Did you accidentally set some people on fire? I felt... yeah, wait, I read that.
А
And
если проиграю?
what if I lose?
Душу из тебя
I'll cry out your soul,
выцапаю,
softie.
неженка. Давай, скорей!
Come on, let's go. She burst out laughing, whipped the hem of her coat, and ran toward the road we used to come to school in the morning. I'm not suspicious, I'm just asking to see if you, avoided any accidents, that's all. Her promise, that sounded almost like a threat. It hypnotized me. Bent down and scooped up some snow. I wish I had a device that could tell whether Alyssa was joking or being serious. Or is there always a third option with people like her? Between her jokes, her laughter, and her hot breath on my ear, I wanted to win. To punish her for the lightness and freedom she possessed that was clearly too much for an average girl. When I, on the other hand, was possessed, or rather intoxicated by the thirst for adventure, by my curiosity. Stop saying thirst. Just like that time when I ate the cherries from Mom's, nalivka, and lied down, with my eyes closed while the bed was spinning underneath me. What is that? Sweet alcoholic drink made from fruits and berries, often called berry vodka, and only contains only 25 to 30% of alcohol. Okay. Gotta do Emmy's job now that she isn't here. I spat and cleaned my lips. Do you want to play, little sister fox? Well then, let's play. I armed myself with Snowball and chased the fleeing fox girl. Oh? I saw a familiar street with wooden posts that didn't look scary anymore. They were just logs, covered in snow. If I were to shout now, the guard dogs would start barking and their owners would peek out of their windows. Alyssa's small silhouette was mocking me from far away, so it was useless to try hitting her with a snowball for now. A waste of ammunition. I did basically water for Russians, I know, but just only. Oh no, not Naruto. Birches, mutilated by the cold, peeked out to view along the clear road. A giant snow pile towered near one of the trees. This was probably the place where the tractor brought all the snow from the village. A whole family of foxes would fit in such a pile. No, I thought, she's the only fox around here. She alone is already too much. Alright, everything's going too good. Here's the dog. Everything's about to go way downhill. My second morning acquaintance was running around near the edge of the forest, a stray dog with a mangy tail. She sniffed around and marked the naked berry bushes and ran toward the other ones. Alyssa showed up from under the hill. Zulka, follow me, girl! Dog's ears perked up, barked in agreement, and followed her lead. We ran further and further, exchanging snowballs, laughing and stumbling. The winter forest towered in front of us, reaching for the low clouds. We were at the edge of its shadow, bony and almost... llama. Fox hid behind a huge pine, clearly trying to get close to me and shove some snow down my collar. It was a good plan, but Zulka who was running circles around her, gave her away. I broke off a dry branch and decided to act even trickier. I put my hat... Sorry. I put my hat on and peeked it from the side of the pine. It's as if children didn't go missing here. What a good, carefree time we're having. I'll make her think that it's my head. I bit my lip to stop myself from laughing, then jumped out from the other side and performed a point-blank throw. Alyssa probably cracked my plan right away, but still let me win 3-1. When you're having fun, who cares? Serial killers. Serial killers care. I was wounded in the leg and she got shot in the chest and in the stomach, losing imaginary blood in front of my eyes. Pleading for mercy while also choking from laughter. Please, mercy! I'm dying! Okay, I'll let you live. Thank you, oh valiant knight. She pretended to bow to me, then grabbed 2 full handfuls of snow and, like a dying warrior, threw them my way in a last-ditch effort. I dodged her attacks easily. Laughing uncontrollably and being mad at the same time, I finished her with 2 precise shots. He'll let me live, huh? Learn how to do it, if you're so smart. Shut up, you're already dead. When did that stop me? Let's play something more interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! She dashed behind the trees after blowing snow in my direction. 1, 2, time to play with you. 3, 4, 5, the owl will arrive. I hesitantly moved toward the windfall. Anton, you're already dead! Alyssa. Nani? Hesitantly moved toward the windfall. 6 on end, the wolf's gray fur will stand. I thought I was a real tail gliding across the bushes. Poor Saimu. I rushed to the intertwined branches that helped Alyssa to hide as if something was pulling me there. I mean, she mentioned the owl, she mentioned the wolf. Next thing she's gonna talk about is a fucking rabbit, and I'm gonna hate it, and it's gonna be bad, and I'm gonna hate it. I rushed to the intertwined branches that helped Alyssa to hide as if something was pulling me there. I had to move them, tear them off like spider web. Branches sprang back in my face, but it felt like they were caressing my cheeks and not hitting them. I was sweating, but still had a lot of stamina left. I'll make sure to catch you, you little fox. Alyssa's voice was wandering among the windfall. 7, 8, stomp your hooves and wait. Seems like I underestimated you. I thought you were just a boy. Confident that she was behind the dry pine, I rushed to intercept her. But the local acoustics tricked me. Her voice was already echoing from the other side. And you're a bunny. So nimble, so cute. Snowball flew at me from the shadows, whistling near my ear. Show you a bunny. Yeah, do that. Show me. Bright fox fur coat flashed near a rotten stump. I rushed there, jumping over a ravine. Bunny, show yourself. Be brave. Give the beasts fresh meat they crave. You sure, Anton, you're just playing with a fox, right, though? We about to get got. It's gonna get scary real fast. This furry collar that flashed from every tree was the most important thing in the world for me. My lips started trembling, as if I was a cowboy that was chasing his prey. One jump and the fox was in my embrace, so smooth and desirable. Fine, fine, you win. Right? You got, like, I'm trying to, like, read, but I'm also, like, trying to, like, scan all of the backgrounds for, like, any sort of odd shapes. Tell me if you guys notice anything, because I got a lot reading. She leaned against the scratchy bark and started puffing. Please, let's have a break. You're too fast, too strong, too tasty. Satisfied, I put my hands on my sides, waiting for the spoils of war from the defeated girl. But what I got instead was a sly snowball on my smug face. Cunning Fox ran away, roaring with laughter, but I wasn't even mad about it. Right. I needed to catch up to Alyssa, to tackle and subdue her. Tear off her mask and see everything. Poor little bunny jumps around in the wet pine forest, afraid of getting eaten by the big gray wolf. Piggy hot summer, keeping his ears low, sneaking glances at the hidden sky. The sky really did disappear under the trees. I moved using the barking of Zulka as a guide, since she was closely following her owner. We don't even know where we're fucking running, we're just following her into the forest. As far as we know, she's taking us, like, deeper and deeper into the woods and we're gonna get got. I appreciate the lurk, Panda. Take care of yourself, sleep well, and we'll see you later. Have a good rest of your night. And the same trail I imagined back at school blinked under my feet. It turned out that running like there's no tomorrow was so easy. Faster, higher, faster. I felt like there was a well of untapped potential inside me and I drew from it. My muscles were buzzing, my lungs felt bigger, and I felt much stronger overall. Even my vision became sharper. I saw every icy branch, every dent in the bark. That's what see, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like, I don't think Anton's there, but this is probably like a test to see if he can, like, work for the forest's master or something, you know? I don't know. I'm very curious as to where the story is going. I'm here for it. Something colorful was lying near the bushes. A piece of clothing. Matt, did you actually see something? Sacrifice your sister, Anton. Right? I either saw leaves or ears behind a tree. Shit! Fuck! Another colorful spot to the right. Alyssa was losing her clothes on the run, like shedding her skin. I also used my teeth to take off my mittens, excited by all of that. Excuse me? I'll get naked and feel all the wind at the last drop? Faster! I reached out to take off my hat, to throw away everything that stops me from running wild in this endless forest. Is this why we found, like, the mitten and stuff? Is this what they did with, Vova? It's all about to get freaky with a fox. No! This is not what I signed up for! I am suddenly concerned. The backpack slowed me down, so I threw it in the snow along with all the pens that were inside, with all the notebooks, all of my drawings on the sidelines, and a dinosaur for Olya. Same thing does happen with hypothermia. Emmy, hi! Welcome! We're getting naked in the forest! We got beat up at school, we punched a bully, we got to choose between a dark-haired love interest or our foxy friend, and I chose the foxy friend, and now we're running in the forest with her and apparently getting naked, and things are about to get super scary. Don't worry about it, it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be fine, it's gonna be terrifying. We were just theorizing that maybe the children are being used by the forest's master, as, like, pawns, and so maybe, like, all the kids being kidnapped are, like, or at first being kidnapped is kind of, like, a test. Like, we're being tested right now. I love how it symbolizes we're start demanding our humanity and our sister. Right? Right? We'll see. We'll see. I'm very curious. Yeah, don't get naked in Russia. It's bad. But I mean, this is how you how you do it, I guess. Don't get naked in Russia regardless of who you're with. Don't do it. It's bad. You're gonna die. Okay. Olya. Suddenly a clear picture appeared in my mind. My sister, standing still near a window, basking in the dusking sun. I've got to do it now that you said not to do it. Also, I guess. I miss mom and sister. Well, I need to get a bonk react. I think I need to get a bonk command specifically for Matt at this point. Her small childish palms are pressed to the glass, leaving marks when they warmed it up. Just for Matt. I mean, we've got the bed command specifically for Fruity. We gotta get a bonk command specifically for Matt. It's fine. I think this is just news. I think this is news to me. This hasn't been shared yet. Obsidian, hello! Hi, friends! Let me go over here real quick. How is it going? How are you doing? We're here for raids, big or small. Thank you for getting that shout out there, Allie. Down, Matt, down. We gotta tone it back for the new friends. But yes, hello, raiders. What were you playing? Locked Up. How was that? How'd that go? How was stream? Our stream is going really, really well. Let me introduce myself for the handful of you who are here. My name is Kayshurrr. I am an LGBTQ+ streamer who mostly focuses on horror and mystery games. We are currently playing a visual novel of sorts called Tiny Bunny, about a young boy who has just moved out to a tiny village in Russia with his family, and things are getting spooky. Bad things are happening. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's really good. You're loving the game. Awesome. Cool, 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 cool. Locked Up looks like an indie horror game. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that. So let me write that down. But yeah, this game is very, very interesting. Paper Placebo, thank you for the follow. I super duper appreciate it. Spooky and freaky. Yeah, it's great. Don't worry about it. It's fine. That's true. I do also have cats, so hey, if you like kitty cats, I got those. They're all over the place right now, so don't worry about it. Can't show them off at the moment, but yeah. Similarly, I think you've been streaming almost as long as I have, because I think I saw you go live just shortly after I did. Obsidian and Raiders, if you guys need to get up and stretch, take care of yourselves, do that. I totally understand. Get some food, get some water. Like I said, stretch your legs, do all that good stuff. I'll be here for a little bit. I think I'm just gonna play until we're done with this game.